All right, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the GDQ HotFix. This is AIMBOT, show all about FPSs, shooters, all that good stuff in between. A couple announcements before we get started real quick. GDQ 2023 online will be January 8th to the 15th. Go to gamesdonequick.com for more info. And the games list itself is coming out this weekend, October 22nd. So make sure to check that out. There'll be a lot of... I'm on the games committee, as I've said before. There's a lot of really, really good stuff coming out this time. So I'm really stoked for everyone to see that. And Fright Fatales is a one-day event on October 23rd to celebrate spooky season with dark, scary, or horror-themed speedruns from the Frame Fatales community. Exclamation point Fright in chat to learn about this one-off event, or gamesdonequick.com/Frame Fatales to learn more. And with all that said, so tonight we have a trilogy of games that I am unbelievably bad at. Splatoon 1 came out, and I said, this is cool. Let me try the competitive mode. I think I'm pretty good at it, and got stomped into oblivion. I said, okay, I'm not doing competitive mode no more. Splatoon 2 came out, and I said, okay, let me try competitive mode again, because I don't learn from my mistakes. Stomped into oblivion. I said, okay, I'm not trying that anymore. And now Splatoon 3 has come out, and I haven't learned my lesson yet. So, without further ado, we've got Lantro here to take us through all three, starting with Splatoon 1. Take it away.
All right. What's up, everyone? I'm Lantro. I've been a Splatoon series speedrunner since about 2017, on and off, running all three games today. Going to be a ton of fun, and I'm joined by my co-commentator.
Hello, I'm Naboban. I've speedrun mostly just through Octo Expansion and Splatoon 3. But I'm glad to be here today to help commentate.
Of course. So, let's get into the run. We'll explain some stuff as we go. So, we all ready to go? All right. In 3, 2, 1, go. All right, starting this trilogy off with Splat 1, and despite being a bit older than the other two that are actually on the Switch, it is very different and unique compared to the other two. It's got quite a bit of broken glitches and major exploits, and pretty fluent movement on the Wii U as well. If you've never seen Splatoon before, got an actual weapon at all times. I got Splattershot Jr. right now. Puts ink on the ground. I can go into it in squid form to move faster. And using a combination of kid and squid, I can climb all sorts of obstacles. Got like sub-weapons, like those splat bombs I was just using. And I just did a quick little intro part right there to get ourselves into Inkopolis. And then once we go into Inkopolis, we're going to go into Octo Canyon and do the single player mode. Go through all of it. But yeah, to get into a Splatoon 1 run, you gotta go through that intro every time. Gotta do some mashing. That's just what it is. Get into the juicy stuff pretty soon.
So how much of this is still active online? Like, I know it used to be super big. Can you still play Splatoon 1 online, or
you still can play Splatoon 1 online? Yeah. I remember playing it like earlier this year. I did some online of it, and there's a lot of hackers when you actually go into lobbies now, but it is still there. Unlike a lot of other shooters I could name, Nintendo still has all three games up, so that's pretty cool. If you only got a Wii U,
to actually climb up in the ranks.
That is true. Yeah, you know all about that, Nabotan, because you've actually done way more rank than I have.
Yeah, I remember I bought the Splatoon 1. Like, I always had a Wii, but I never actually had Splatoon 1. So I bought it like way after Splatoon 2 was released, and it still took a long time just to climb up, just because there weren't really a lot of players playing. Yeah.
And even if you do rank for something like Splat 2 or Splat 3, there's like a ton of different ranks that you have to go through to get to the top.
Yeah.
In Splat 3 now, isn't there like S plus 50 at this point? It's crazy.
Yeah, there was S plus 54 Splatoon 2 as well.
Wait, what?
In the early days.
Oh, wait, before X,
You had like all the S pluses, but they changed it so that once you got above S plus 10, then you'd be an X rank.
I see. But yeah, We just got into Octo Canyon here. Might be noticing that I'm playing on the Japanese version. Reason for that is that the English text from people like Captain Cuttlefish is extremely slow in this game. I think JP's like a 36-second time save. Nice, I'll take it. Get into this first level. We're given a much better weapon, the Hero Shot. This thing actually shoots in a straight line, unlike the Splatter Shot Junior. So it can actually hit enemies from a distance. It's great. Use splat bombs to distract shielded enemies and get around them. I take out these two. Oh, get around that little block there, onto the pad. This first level is more, it's like an aim test more than anything. Lots of different enemies in different spots. We'll get into the second level pretty soon, and that's more a cycle-based thing. But for now, I gotta get a key. That's over here, and that opens up a lockbox, and will get me to the next part. Take out all of these enemies.
I guess one thing to mention is, like, you're grabbing a bunch here, like, you're trying to grab a bunch of eggs here at the start,
That's
right?
right,
To
yes.
try and unlock Seekers and Burst Bombs later, right?
That's right. So I want to actually, there's a bunch of different subs and main weapon upgrades that you can get in this game. I want to collect 100 power eggs by the end of level 2, and that will let me unlock Seekers. Why was I blanking on what it was? You got to get Seekers first. They paint in straight lines that help a lot with movement over enemy ink. And then we'll get Burst Bombs later. Helps with sponges and other sorts of movement. Oh, now we're going to be going into level 2 here. This stage is actually on a cycle because there is a platform at the end that is moving the entire time you're in here. Global cycle kind of thing. So I'm trying to go as fast as I can throughout this stage so I can actually catch that at the end. And if I miss it, it's not a big deal. But
Normally, you would use a cannon to climb the wall, right?
yes,
But
I haven't seen a cannon
here
in
you
forever.
actually-
Yeah, the intended strat is to use a cannon, but speedrunners haven't seen a cannon in a very long time because we climbed the wall without its help. Ooh, this is weird, but I'm still gonna try. I think I'm fine. Surely, right?
Surely. Surely you won't fall off.
Yeah, I'll be fine. Talking about this moving platform in the middle there, I am trying to get there fast enough. It looks like I'm on pace, so I'm gonna go for it. Hop off this fence, then I can swim all the way up here, and then jump off, ink up. Need one more tap up top of the wall, but that will get me up. Please unlock the Zapfish.
Very nice.
Don't leave me hanging. We gotta go to the next stage.
So how I'm gonna pretend like I've never played this game.
Okay.
How tight is like moving between the ink, right? Like sometimes it looks like there's pretty big gaps between them.
Oh, this is actually an interesting point. It's very different between all of the games, actually. In Splatoon 1, it's really generous, especially on walls when you're climbing. You can like get in between big gaps. In 2, it's so insanely strict that it just feels unfair most of the time. And they relaxed it with 3 again. So in Splatoon 1, I can get away with just frankly absurd things. And you go back to playing 2, and it's just like, oh, that's right. I miss everything now. Why? I get into this level.
Tell me I actually have to worry about my ledge cancels.
I know. This level now, there's a bit of cycling going on here, but now that I have these Seekers, I'm gonna throw one out here. Paints like a straight line forward, perfect for just swimming behind. They got like a little bit of startup delay to it, but it's still really useful for most sections. Can't get past that guy, but I can take him out with its power. Ooh. Tricky movement on the ink rail, but we good. Get past the box, and then get to the end of this one. We're about to go into a boss in Splatoon 1. These are my favorite. Because there's going to be a silly little glitch that is only in the first game called the rapid fire glitch. And essentially how it works is that, for whatever reason, every time you switch a sub-weapon on the D-pad in this game, it fires one extra shot out of your hero shot. So, knowing that, what happens if you spam the D-pad as fast as possible and shoot the weapon? It produces just a massive array of shots. It takes out anything. And that's going to be very useful for all these boss tentacles when I don't have to actually move. This is Octo Stomp. Whatever, he's in every game. Rapidly switch between my subs there, and then the tentacle is just gone in a flick. No more. And do it again. Want to see me do it again? Oh yeah! It's like, you think they would make Splatoon bosses that don't have these patterns of threes, but they keep doing it. It's like, there's only a couple of exceptions that don't have just 3 phases to it, I swear.
I mean, it seems to me if this guy didn't want to just keep getting shot in the back, he would stop popping his little tentacle out.
I know. Just stomp down and leave it in. Like, I don't see how that's that hard.
Just like do a little backflip instead, so it's on the ground instead.
Yeah. Like, what would I do about it?
So that rapid fire glitch you mentioned, is that useful in main levels too, or is it really just a boss killer?
You can use it in main levels. The main problem, at least with how I set it up, I take my hand off of the thumb and put my fingers on the D-pad. So I can't move while I'm doing it. But you can actually use it for a couple enemies in normal levels. It's just a lot harder to get time save out of it. But it will be very useful for bosses, that's for sure. Just one.
It's part of the reason why we always say it would be insane to see like a task of this game.
Oh my.
Just see if rapid fire glitches all over the place.
The day that a task happens of this game and it's like a 46 or something.
That would be so insane.
I know. Task wouldn't have the restrictions of my own hands, so it would do pretty good.
Hands, what are those? What are those limitations?
I could have perfect Igaraji everywhere I go. This is something I'm actually going to be trying in the stage called Fish Cycle. There's essentially a spreader pattern up in that middle block over there. If I go fast enough through the stage, I can kind of cut a nice path. But it's pretty hard. Let's see if I get it. Tap once on the ground, go forward. Get up there. Nice. Nice and clean. Still got it.
I'm not gonna lie, whenever you were climbing that wall in the beginning, I was just expecting a squid roll back at the top of the wall.
I know.
Splatoon 3, it just changed.
Splatoon 3 brain rot, yeah. Where it's like you go back to play the first two games. It's like, where are these mechanics? Let me play the game. Not too shabby, yo. And then I'm gonna head over to level 4. Before I do it, open up level 5. You can super jump back to things on the gamepad by just pressing it on the map, which is pretty useful. So I can revisit it later when I actually have burst bombs. You'll see why.
I was going to say, why not just do that one first? But yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But now that we're in level 4, swing around, take out some enemies. Motion flicks. Motion controls are just such an important part of this game. You can play it with the sticks. People have done very well with the sticks, but you're gonna see much more improvement quickly by using motion. I'm gonna get this part here.
Yeah, just being able to take your thumb off of the stick and just being able to aim with the motion control is so much nicer.
Yep.
Like, you don't have to worry about, like, switching your aim and then jumping right afterwards or something.
And especially in Splatoon
So much
1.
easier.
In Splatoon 1, the motion is a lot better than the sticks. The sticks were super rough, feels a little rushed. But they got better with the sticks by the time they get to Splatoon 3, but... You know. Playing the first one, make sure you're on motion. That's actually a fun fact about the Wii U's motion compared to the Switch, is that it has less delay. So your motion actually comes out a little bit faster. Like it's like 50% faster or something. It feels more responsive. Why couldn't they have just done this on the Switch?
Yeah, exactly.
Wii U got the buff.
I know, like, whenever I would just play, like, test some things on this game, it just felt so different compared to Splat 2.
Especially if you've only played a ton of Splat 2, you play this, it's like, what am I playing? That right there.
That feels so big. Oh, yeah, that's something we can do.
That's a trick, yeah. So I don't usually remember this because it's just muscle memory, but when an Octoling goes through a Zapfish that is already opened, it has very similar data to an actual Inkling. So Octoling goes through it in its super jump path and it finishes the stage for you. But that is a super easy one that you can do at home, either with a Splat Bomb or with an Inkzuka. Just by timing your movement forward and then throwing that Splat Bomb at a good time. And saves like 10 seconds by doing that. That trick is as old as it gets. I don't remember when that was discovered. It was probably the first couple of weeks, though, when the game came out. But I wasn't around for that. Exactly.
So how tight is the Seeker management? Because I know it's just kind of throwing them out sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, what is it a shoot? Is it a inventory based thing, or is it just a time thing? Like, you got to recharge enough ink.
You have to recharge enough ink to actually be able to use it. It takes about 80% of your ink tank. So you obviously can't use it when you are pretty low on ink in the first place. Try to use it well. That was
anyway,
good.
that seemed like a boss that you just kind of blew up.
That was the thing I was mentioning earlier with the rapid fire glitch. You can use an RFG there to take that thing out quicker, but I also need to kind of be moving if it's moving away from me, so it's kind of tricky in that sense. Ooh, I unlocked the burst bombs here, and now I'm getting into level 6. Burst bombs are useful for instantly inking up walls. They just explode on impact, but they also make these fans here go to full speed when you throw a burst at it. So take advantage of that. Try to move around a bunch of stuff. Just throw bursts. Use as many bursts as possible. This fan right here, make sure you're actually standing on this water right here. I may be a squid, but if I touch water, I die. It's kind of strange.
Just a different type of squid.
For real.
Literally built differently.
Ooh, I just switched back to the Seeker for some reason. I didn't want to do that. I hit it 4 times. You want to hit those fans specifically 3 times. You don't have to wait like this, but that's okay. I can climb up, I guess. Alright, not too shabby though. Now that I have those burst bombs though, it's time for me to jump back to level 5. Level 5 is full of sponges, and when you throw a burst bomb at a sponge, it instantly goes to max size. And there are a lot of sponges in this stage. There is actually a thing that could also happen called the burst bomb glitch. It's about like a 3 to 5% chance when you're throwing a burst bomb at a sponge that it will just clip through it and do 0 damage. So I have to keep that in the back of your head sometimes. Sometimes the burst bombs will fail you, but for for the most part, they're nice.
They like murdered the burst bomb on sponges for Splatoon 3.
I know. They made
So sad.
the burst bombs only do like half the damage to the sponge, and I tried throwing a burst at it for the first time and yelled at my screen. It's just not the same. Once you've ran Splat 1 enough, you just expect things to be a certain way.
Does that, when you're throwing a burst bomb with the sponges and you're on top, does that give you momentum upwards, or is it just like you're already high enough and then you can just jump?
I think I'm already high enough.
Okay. I was wondering if there's some sort of like super jump thing.
Kind of just depends on your speed, really, but yeah. That was some pretty nice movement there. You like jump towards the sponge, then throw your burst bomb. Get through that section a little bit faster. And now we're going to be getting into the second boss. And it's just like, okay, Launchro, this game hasn't been broken and crazy yet. We're about to get to World 3, don't worry. Things get a little off the rails.
Oh, yeah.
Because in 2021, a talented JP glitch hunter named Messiah found 2 big glitches and skips back-to-back levels, essentially, in World 3. And I'm gonna try to do both of them in this run. They save just over a minute combined, and it was found so late, like way after this game's life, you know? But now that they're here, any percents will never be the same. But before I can get into that fun stuff, we have Octonozzle here. He's got all these belly buttons. You pop all of those, the tentacle spawns on top, and I don't even have to climb them. I can still get them from the bottom with a rapid fire glitch. Oh, that'll do. One, two, three. It's like they make all these bosses with 3 phases.
They were forecasting Splatoon 3 before it even came out.
Exactly.
Ooh.
They knew what they were doing.
So does that mean with all the 5 phases of Octavia, then there's going to be a Splatoon 5?
Exactly. Right? They're gonna have an actually good final boss again? No, Splatoon 3's final boss is good. Splatoon 2's final boss department was extremely lacking, but they made it good with 3 again.
You just got a good boss sandwich.
Of course.
With good Splatoon games. Good in Splatoon 1. Not great for Splatoon 2. Both of them.
Alrighty.
And good in Splatoon 3.
There's a bunch of jokes in the chat about how Splatoon devs count 1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
Oh, oh no.
So they might just skip 4.
They might just skip forward. Might be going straight to Splatoon 5 after a very funny glitch in this game. World 4 is certainly something. We'll see it when we get there.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
But just got out of World 2, and I'm under 21 minutes on my split, which is pretty good. And we'll be getting into World 3. First up is level 10. There's going to be something called Fuyo Skip. I'm essentially going to be using a Twinticle to damage boost over to a metal part that's a little bit away from me. It's a little bit tricky. Got to get a little lucky with the Twinticle, but let's hope I can do this quick. Because it can be a mess sometimes.
You got this.
Oh, I threw the burst bomb before I actually substrafed. That's okay. Miss input. Oh, that one was great. Okay.
Nice.
It gets me over to this metal part, and that rail that's at the end, that's where the final checkpoint is. So I skipped the entire stage and saved about 55 seconds. Well, if you get it first try. But each attempt is about 15 seconds, so you know, about a 40-second profit I got there. Not bad. We'll take it.
I guess you were also doing some very specific movement to get the twinkle in the right position as well, right?
That's right, yeah.
At the very beginning.
It's a good thing to bring up. There is actually different ways to set that up. You can wait one less shot cycle from the twinkle to do it, but it is much more risky to do it that way. So I prefer to wait another cycle from the twinkle so I can get in just the right spot for it. Got like some fancy trick jumps around all of the side parts there. But it does not end, because Messiah, 3 days later, found something in this stage, which is actually called Messiah Skip this time. This one only saves... That hit it? Okay, cool. This one only saves 12 seconds if you get it first try. But let's see what I can do. Nope. Oh, that's not high enough. Okay. Come on. Oh, where's my jump? No!
Oh.
Tricky. I'm mashing X. I can't believe you would do this to me, Messiah Skip. It's the worst part is like when you practice this a bunch earlier and then are unable to hit the skip when you actually do runs.
Yeah, I was watching you practice this in the practice room and I was like, man, this looks really tight.
Yeah.
It is. Like, this is actually like the easy method, isn't it?
Yes! Okay. Come on. You're being so tricky right now. There you go.
What's...
Took a little bit, but hey, we get there. We figure it out in the end. Ooh, those flutters. That one's going straight down a right path. Where are you going? Left? Oh, you turned around. Okay, that's fine. I was looking down at the gamepad, and then he turned 180.
I was kind of wondering where that delayed reaction was coming from. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Ended up getting the jump, though, so we all did.
But yeah, I think it used to be like the only method that was known was that you had to like swim at a specific angle at the grade and then jump onto it. But
that's right, yeah.
Then
this was...
Who was it that discovered that new method?
I think it was Fuyo that did it first, and then Hydrus like worked at the setup. But that is like way better now. I missed my Messiah a decent amount. It's okay. If I was in my sub 50 prime back in the day, I would have done an old V2 and gotten it first try. Surely. But if there is one thing for sure, I am not in my Splatoon 1 prime anymore. But it's fine.
Unfortunate.
I'm gonna throw those 2 bombs over to level 13 over there. I'm gonna super jump back to it later, and then go into 15 instead. I'm gonna try to do some tricky movement here. Oh, I did jump. I pressed the wrong button. Almost went through the crate, but we go through this left side. Try and use this geyser. Ah, missed it. Oh wait, I grabbed the checkpoint, didn't I? Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, I'm going around. What you could do with that geyser there is get enough distance to make it all the way up to the top, but with it, it's okay.
I didn't know you could grab that checkpoint. I've always just seen it whenever you miss that, you just like respawn at the very beginning.
Yeah, you usually don't grab that checkpoint. That's why it kind of confused me, but that's okay.
So
Everybody relax. We're still gonna get a 51, okay?
Only a 51. Wow.
We've got a question from someone for you.
Okay.
What's the best music group in Splatoon?
Oh my. I still have to go to Squid Sisters. I'm a Splatoon 1 OG. I'm sorry to all the new music groups.
Fair enough.
Because I picked up this game back in 2015, just played so much multiplayer. But the speedrunning kicked in quite a bit later. This is level 13 though. You got a bit of a weird jump to make here. Oh, that looked...
Ooh, cool.
Ooh. Ooh.
That was scary. That was
It's not supposed to look like that, but it did, so we're fine.
Quit giving us heart attacks.
All according to plan. Do a seeker here. Hopefully that could get me a bit more forward. Alright, and then I can get onto this moving part here. And then up. And that's the fastest cycle that you can actually make in this stage with at least any % stuff. So that's good.
Got a lot of diverging opinions in chat. A lot of people shouting out Off the Hook.
They're good.
Pearl's lyrics, which are interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I started out with Splatoon 2, but I think my favorite group has to be the new one, Deep Cut.
Oh, yeah?
I've seen a lot of people really loving Big Man. So.
Big Man with a big
is great.
plan. You know, back when Splatoon 3 came out, we really didn't like him as speedrunners because we weren't getting as many upgrades on our weapon. But now that we're actually upgrading stuff much more, Big Man is our friend again. Friendship restored with Big Man. Now Fry is our annoying boss of the speedrun. I am in level 11 right now and not in Splatoon 3. There's a bunch of invisible paths here that I'm going through. Make some jumps over invis parts like that. And then I just gotta operate a little carefully around these squeegees. They're very fast in version 1.0, which I'm playing on. So I gotta be careful. There was Seagull there. Oh, can I hit the balloon? My flicks! My flicks are betraying me. Whoa!
I remember.
Oh, that's so bad.
Dang.
Yeah. The thing about Splatoon 1 is that you skip checkpoints often because the checkpoint boxes are very small. So that one sent me 2 checkpoints back because I didn't grab this one.
Really walked by that one too. What?
Yeah, you like walk right past it, but it doesn't work because Splatoon 1 is a bit goofy silly, you know?
Yeah. I wanted to ask, like, what? I know you're playing on 1.0, but what is the reason y'all are playing on 1.0 again?
There's a little bit of loading variance. So in latest version, I think it's 3.5 seconds slower because of loading. But in 1.0,
Okay.
they didn't nerf the squeegee enemies yet, so they're very fast compared to the latest version where they slowed them down. Usually that doesn't matter, but stuff like that Invisible's path can get a little sketchy.
In Canonless, in level 2 also, you have to be mindful of the squeegees as well, right?
That's right, yeah.
That can make it a bit harder.
Back when I played on my English latest copy, I was able to go for a different strat with Canonless, but now that I play on GP 1.0, gotta do something specific. This is Octowhirl. See, if you thought the first 2 bosses were a little bit of a snooze, I got news for you. Octowhirl kind of just rushes at you, you put ink down, gets trapped, and then I rapid fire glitch.
It's very nice of him to be very straightforward with it, though.
I know. Usually this boss goes the exact same way every single run. Sometimes if you're really lucky, you can actually go right on this phase and it just throws you off. But, he's being normal and scripted. Why are you like this?
Is it only this phase that he sometimes goes right? Or
I think so. It's the only time I've ever seen it because I saw it in World Record.
Okay.
But
I don't think I've ever seen him go right.
yeah, it's like very, very rare. This one, they took away some of the ground, so now I can't actually ink it, but this makes absolutely no difference. So I walked back, right? And I inked some stuff. It's like, okay.
Okay, it was just a little convenient little path
I know. I may have been clowning on bosses so far, but the final boss of this game is extremely fun to speedrun and is one of my favorites of the series. So I think the first 3 are worth it just to have the Octavio fight we do, you know?
Yeah.
But that's World 3. All right. We're going to do a little bit of a funny, silly thing in World 4.
I was gonna say it's time for
Ready to watch this hype.
it's time for World 4, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to definitely be playing a lot of World 4, guys, right?
Yep.
I'm so excited for it.
World 4 fans out there, shout out.
But in World 4, the little electric barrier that's around the ink rail, like this one right here, on the right side of it, there's a 3-pixel gap. And if you are able to get into that 3-pixel gap, there are blocks that lead to the end of the world. You can see like in the back over there. Those blocks actually lead into World 5. So if I take that 3-pixel gap and I'm able to get onto a block at the end, I don't even gotta play World 4. So that's what I'm gonna try to do.
I'm so excited too.
So excited.
Watch World 4.
It's my favorite world, guys.
Guess I'll just have to watch in all scrolls run instead.
Of course. Oh. Oh, it's close. Okay. Whoops. Got it.
Easy.
Nice.
3-pixel gap. Second try, not bad. Just go up this ramp. And then hop on into 24.
So how much time does that save by skipping World 4?
I think it's like 12 minutes.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Like you just skip every level. Like you don't.
Because you'd have to play every level, right? That's like 6 levels, and then you gotta play a boss after. So by doing that, it's a lot. I think the any percent no World 4 skip record's like a 101.56. So a good 12 minutes. And level 24 here. This is another global cycle one. I've got about like 5 seconds of leeway through this stage. I could take my time with a lot of these tight jumps. But at the end, it's a little tricky. I am known for missing the 24 jump on the left side. This is what I do on good runs.
Only on world record paces, right?
I know.
Surely
not right now, right? We'll see. I have to get somewhat lucky with my shot RNG. It kind of needs to go the way I want it for this to work. But what I will do here is try to go to the left side and navigate over these platforms. Really? Man.
Unfortunate.
Oh well. I'll be waiting. No. If you're like really quick, I think you can make it
over to the right.
I'm not sure. I've never actually done it before. I just kind of thought of that right now. It's like, wait, could I do that?
It kind of looks possible, but I just always think I've seen you wait there.
Yeah,
so.
I've always waited before, but I feel like if I double burst bombed, I could probably make it work. I should try that as a backup. Considering how much I failed that jump.
Maybe a little bit useful.
Yeah. Oh, whoops. Oh, the Seeker. Unlock 27. We're gonna jump back to it in a sec.
So a lot of the like popping out of the ground and shooting and then instantly just re-swimming again looks pretty tight. I guess the question is it as tight as it looks, or is there a lot of leeway with what the game gives you for, you know, popping out and then re-swimming?
I feel like there's a lot of leeway, honestly. You can get away. A lot of unoptimal movement. Try to get back into ink if you messed up something. Missed a burst bomb. But yeah.
Like pretty much as long as it's not an enemy ink, I think like you'll generally be fine, even with a small gap.
Yeah.
If it's a slightly bigger gap, then there's enemy ink, then the enemy ink will slow you down, but
And this one right here is another one of those Octo Striker stages. I'm trying to go in and out of my ink at certain times in this stage to bait the Octo Striker to fire. Did I do that right? I think I did. I heard him at the right time. Yeah, that works. I hear him fire the Octo Strike at the right time. I could throw a burst bomb at that balloon for an insta-kill. Otherwise, I'd have to do the old strat where I throw a splat bomb and then bait it towards me. So that's nice. All right. Got a few more stages left in World 5, and then we'll be onto the boss pretty soon. But we got some tricky overworld movement first. Just with these bomb throws. That splat bomb hit, right? Okay, cool. Just making sure. If you miss that splat bomb, the bomb damage doesn't save over unless you actually unlock the stage if you like go into another one. So I'd have to go back over there, throw those bombs, and then continue with the rest of the overworld route, which is very bad, which is why you should check that your bomb's actually connected.
I guess that's another thing they changed in Splatoon 3 that I haven't thought about too much, just the fact that bombs don't deal damage to kettles really anymore.
Yeah. And if bombs dealt damage to kettles in 3, it would be a very different speedrun.
Yeah. Like we wouldn't have to pay 1,000 for fry.
I know.
Like, there's so much stuff. It's probably a good thing they actually made it that way, but
it's just unfortunate. A missed potential.
Sure, they saw that and they were like, actually, we don't want y'all to be doing that.
Yep. You can't skip our world design. We'll do it anyway.
We'll find a way.
We'll figure it out. I don't need your bomb damage. I have Owen skip.
Are there any, I guess, I'm assuming yes, but are there any strats that are like speedrun specific that are fixed in later games and you basically just assume it's because the speedrun community found it?
Yes. Quite. The rapid fire glitch, that got patched in 2, and from 2 to 3, they patched a thing called Bomb Crush, which was... I don't think it has that many applications in 3, if it was still in there, but they patched it, and it makes me sad, because it was very cool. It's not, like, many specific movement text that they can, like, actually change. Oh, geysers in Splatoon 3, the ones I stand on top of, and they launch you up. They destroyed those in 3. They made them terrible. Probably because we
like
have a bunch
now,
of cheese, but yeah.
Yeah, like now whenever the geysers, whenever you like try and swim on top of them, usually they'll like lock you into place.
Yes.
Until you get to the very top. Whereas like here, like you saw like earlier with like the geyser jump, like how a launcher could just like keep swimming on top of them and get a lot of momentum. Like that kind of movement is just way harder in Splatoon 3 now.
Yeah, they didn't want us doing anything that silly. Please work. Okay.
Nice.
I almost messed that up because my first burst bomb didn't directly hit the sponge and I needed it to. But it's okay. Yeah, these platforms do not fall. Very bad.
This run is just a bunch of nostalgia, trying to remember what they broke in Splatoon 3.
Yeah. bomb was a
Some of
little
these bomb
close.
throws are so precise, man. Holy moly.
Yeah. That last one's tricky because I need to be moving there in a specific way to manipulate their jump path. And then throw the bomb at the right time so it'll actually connect with them. But we got through it. I'm a little mad because this run's gonna be a 52, but it's okay, guys.
No, the tragedy.
Do I have to cancel the rest? You told me it's going to be 51.
Man. Messiah skip got me.
I honestly forgot about that Messiah skip.
Yeah. I've had times before in like record runs for like the Amiibo. You have like a Kraken for one of the Amiibo ones, which has like a ton of different movement options and speed. And I failed Messiah like 15 times with that, even though it's easier to do it with the Kraken. And I'm just like, okay, I cannot play the game. Right here, level 22. Got this Izuka to take out all of these enemies. And then do this path. And then I got sick burst bomb tricks up the switches. Get around these octoballs. They are genuinely evil and have killed runs for me. Do not get hit by them. They do way too much knockback. Seeker for the first enemy. Take out the other two. And then I can use the bubbler to go under these ones. Take no damage from the flutters, which is nice. And that'll get me out of that one. Okay, that is all the stages that we need to play. Now we just gotta go to the final boss. Not too shabby. I mean, it's a few more stages than you'd end up playing in something like Splatoon 3, but it's fine.
Yeah, I am excited for that one because all the you two were talking about beforehand was like, oh yeah, the game's just broken in half now.
Yeah.
I think it's broken into actual force. Or maybe thirds for the Splatoon 3.
Yeah. But now we're going to be getting into the DJ Octavio fight. The rapid fire glitch is going to be everywhere here. You have to hit fast rapid fire glitches or something called delay fist to actually make cycle skips. Cycle skips send Octavio further back. And sometimes I need to cycle skip. Sometimes I just need to hit the fist back normally for each different phase. And there's like Zuka shots mixed in there. It's just a bunch of different movement tech and weapon tech that's just used fluidly for one big long fight. That takes forever. I'm stuck with you for the next 6 minutes, Octavio. Let's dance.
So is it 6 minutes because it's an auto? So I never finished the single player. I got too distracted by the multiplayer. Is it 6 minutes because it's an auto scroller? Or is it 6 minutes because the boss is legitimately just like that long?
The boss is actually that long.
Dang.
We have OE where it's like a 3-minute auto scroller, but
Yeah, we don't talk about
Here,
the OG
just
fireballs. I mean, we will have to talk about it, but
we will.
Are there any
It's a
like
good-
hypothetical, theoretical skips for this boss, or is it just you have to do X amount of damage to him and there's only certain ways?
it's just all of the parts of it are separated by super jump pads and on different platforms, so going in between them to try and skip stuff is not possible.
Got it.
Use the rapid fire glitch and quickly take this down. That was good. Phase 2. Gonna start throwing out more attacks. Gonna be doing 2 fists at a time. It's called normal here, where I tap this twice, then shoot it, and the second one ends up being right in my face for a rapid fire glitch. Trying to do that a lot, instead of having the fists be separated from each other. This one, I have to go fast. Nice. By hitting back that first fist fast enough, the second fist doesn't come out until later, which will let it do the full knockback for both of the fists. So now I don't need an extra cycle of stuff. He is going to throw out the subwoofer right away. So now we play tennis.
It took me a lot of times for you to like explain it to me, like exactly like how the knockback stuff worked.
Yeah, it's like
Just
weird.
took a while to grasp.
There's like a bunch of different ways that knockback can be good for you and can be bad for you. So you gotta know like your options to be really good with this fight. Ooh, that worked. Okay. Get up! Grab the Inzuka, we will need it. Like baiting Octavio to rotate a certain way, so he kind of lines up better for this. I missed it for this, but it's okay. It's fine.
I don't think I remember seeing that movement to the left, but I could have just not been remembering it.
Oh, I missed that.
Oh.
Rapid firing Zuka. Yeah, that's like kind of new. I like mess around with my movement there to experiment. Like, where does this put Octavia's fist? What lines up nicer for the second one? And that was kind of where I ended up, like really late on. Oh, get around that. Ooh. Yeah, if you touch that barrier, it pushes you off and you die. And when you don't go on top of the geyser like that, it gets a little close, but we're good. There we go. Our RFG, take out these fists quickly. I'm gonna try to line this one up right. I want to try to get close to the shield, but not be like right up against it, because it can sometimes like bump you forward. Go at the right time and then just tap, tap, tap. All right. Now, I picked up an Inzuka in this phase, but I'm not going to use it immediately because Octavio is right in my face. So I might as well just RFG these ones.
I guess at the beginning of the phase, you intentionally like didn't hit one of the fists back.
Oh,
right?
yeah, that's right.
I guess that was typically just to get him into the correct position.
Yeah, that's a knockback thing. You need 3 sets of fists, but you only need to hit 5 of them back to actually get the right amount of knockbacks. I'm gonna skip one. But now, we're in the last phase. The music is a bop. The RFGs are needed. That barely worked. And now we're just kind of vibing while Octavio's throwing out attacks.
It's kind of funny how you can just sit there and just wait.
He throws out all of this stuff. It's so concentrated, and then I'm just chilling.
Wait, did he throw out an attack that killed his own guy?
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Multiple times.
He's just distracted on the spot before I go into the ink. So he just throws out everything there. He's already been landing on the platform. Oh, Octavio.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Oh, Octavio. You silly Billy. But now, I have picked up the Inzuka just for this. I'm going to... Time will end when Octavio hits the machine after this. So we got 1, 2, 3. Coming up right away. And time. Not bad. That was certainly one of the Splatoon 1 runs of all time, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I learned a lot. It's nice to... It's always... like, Every time you see something like this, you learn something new, right?
Of course. Not a bad run, though, but that's it for the first game, so...
Yeah. And I suppose we can do shout-outs at the very end, because you're going to be here for all three. So I'll just do a couple quick announcements.
To do. Go ahead.
Do a couple quick announcements before we go to a quick break. If you want to follow what Games Done Quick is up to, exclamation point links in Twitch chat for all things GDQ. And your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered help support Games Done Quick with HotFix and with GDQ 2023 costs. So please consider subscribing if you like this content and you want to help us make more of it. So that said, we're going to a quick little break. Lantro is going to be switching over to Splatoon 2, so stay tuned and we'll be right back. Just done quick, where we do live content every weeknight at 7 p.m. Eastern and every weekend day at 1 p.m. Eastern. Man, I tell you, I'm really good. You'd think I haven't been doing this for a year. Anyway, Lantro, Splatoon 2, take it away.
All right, no need to introduce this. Let's just get right into it and explain what Octo Expansion is going to be like. So, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So yes, we are not playing Splatoon 2's normal hero mode for this because hero mode is a little bit silly. And if we're going to do the best of every game, let's do the good single player. Octo Expansion was a DLC released like a year after the game came out, and it's much harder than the hero mode that they had in the first place, and very different style-wise. So this is always fun, but can always be very punishing when you lose a minute to death in a couple of different spots. And Bobin, you run this one a lot too.
Yep, this is the first category I actually started out with speedrunning in this game. So
Yeah.
I have a little bit of knowledge here.
Exactly. Starting out here, we just have like this little bit of an intro part. They give us a junior, get you used to the movement. Get up this box, grab this key, yada yada yada. It's your little bit of mashing break essentially, because a lot of Octo Expansion at the start just has a lot of button mashing to get through text boxes. So that's your break from it.
Yeah, the only really tough things about running this category, other than it being hard, is just the amount of mashing we have to do for each reset.
I know.
And just octo shot skip. But we won't be getting into that, I think, yet.
Only if my run is absolutely insane will I go for octo shot skip. Otherwise, you're throwing yourself at a wall for no reason. So,
Yep.
but yeah, we get to this first part. We're going to be talking to the telephone. Silly, goofy telephone. Surely nothing bad would happen with this fella. No. Let's get some mashing. Gets us some details. My CQ device and the card. And we're going to be able to do some missions and get some things to try and get out of here. We're going to try to go to the 4 corners of the Metro map and assemble a certain object that will help us reach the promised land, as they say. And essentially,
Very helpful.
yeah, I'm just trying to do the fastest levels that we can. And some of those levels are going to be very difficult.
One thing I noticed, I guess, just now is that we're going in the order of games where it's like most linear to least linear.
I know, right? It's like Splatoon 1.
Almost as linear as it can get, except for level 4 skip.
Yeah.
Then we don't do half the levels in this game. And now Splatoon 3.
Splatoon 3 moment.
Splatoon 3 memento.
Yeah. Because in Splatoon 1, it is just, yeah, that World 4 skip. But in this, you get to really pick your path to what things you want to go to, what things you have to go to. Pick the path that's optimal.
It's still pretty constricted because you have to like play stages to unlock the stages next to them. But
yes,
other than that, it's pretty freeform.
Opens up a lot more ideas with routing. I think all of the different categories have something pretty different going on. Like all missions at 100%, both categories that have to play every stage in the game have different metro routes, I'm pretty sure. Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, they're like slightly different just because with all the cutscenes and the escape sequence, it gives us like a better time to just take a break.
Exactly. I got some mashing here, and finally, we can start playing the game.
Let's go.
Starting here in this first stage, I'm going to throw a bomb as I enter this cutscene to break that stuff over there. Because the Octoling's going to jump over to that side. I'm going to throw a bomb to get it. Surely, right?
Surely.
That bomb's really high. Got it.
Nice. I thought you missed.
I thought I did too. It's like I mentioned it out loud, and that's how you jinx it, so. That is.
There's going to be an umbrella here in the corner that we're going to do some sort of movement to try and get.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Sometimes that umbrella just likes to go off into his own corner and just do some random stuff, but
Exactly.
that was pretty nice.
And what I can do here is throw a splat bomb down where the Octoling is going to land and then bait it with my shots to go to the right spot. I completely misread it, but the bomb explosion is large enough, so we're fine.
Yeah, like usually it goes right there, I think. It depends on like where you're actually positioned.
I think it's like position and timing or something. I don't know, but usually you just react to it.
Yeah.
It's not hard to. But that is our first stage done. It gives us like a little mem cake. You collect a whole line of mem cakes. It's like a different theme for each of the metro lines. It's kind of cool. More mashing. Pearl and Marina are saying hi. Try to get us out of here. After the rap battle, of course.
I guess one thing to mention, like, I believe it's actually faster to play in Spanish, but we don't know, like, whether it's, like, actually faster for Splatoon 3 yet.
Yeah, I could have switched languages in between games, but I'm playing on English. It's like 2 or 3 seconds, so...
Here in this stage, we're going to be doing some specific movement to try and skip a key cycle in the beginning of the stage. We'll see if Launcher can get it.
Yep. Do a short hop, is that a big one? A little different from what you do, I know that.
Yeah, I usually just hold forward and just...
Oh, I still make that. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. Nice.
Yep. Gotcha.
So yeah, by just doing some specific movement there, you can just immediately grab that key, which is very nice.
That was good. Got a little awkward because of my blaster shot, but still was able to get up that wall somehow, even though it's Splatoon 2. Yeah! I agree, Gabe. That's interesting.
That should have totally...
What?
I've never seen that before.
I haven't either. That's never happened before.
I said the thing.
Oh my god.
Well, good thing you didn't pre-jump that, I guess.
Yeah, that'll stop me from pre-jumping there for a while at least.
Oh my goodness.
It's fine. Now we get to go into another actually tight movement stage. This one's with the inkjet, and we're going to be boosting around a bunch of different platforms and taking advantage of checkpoint boxes to actually skip a part of the stage. So try to do that. First, you go on this left side and boost with that moving part to this metal bar. Then you jump over to here. Ooh, that's kind of early, but grab the checkpoint and then die. And that lets me spawn over here instead. And then I can just go to the end of the stage from there. A little bit faster.
It's kind of hard to learn. It's kind of hard to learn at first, but we just do some specific B presses to just get enough height at certain moments.
Yeah.
It feels really nice. Another thing they murdered in Splatoon 3.
Exactly. You don't want to play the inkjet stage in Splatoon 3. It's a disaster.
Like the inkjet just moves so much faster in this game in the air.
Yeah.
But in Splatoon 3, it's actually just faster just to swim as much as you can.
It made me very sad playing that stage. I was just yelling at my screen, "Go faster!"
Here we're gonna have our first 8-ball stage of the run. It's gonna be a very physics-based level, I guess is what I'd call it. Just trying to roll this 8-ball around towards the end of the stage.
Nice, took out both of those there. It should give me a nice path here. Can use burst bombs to help move it in just slight amounts. Careful with that.
These are probably one of the hardest stages to learn at first.
I'm gonna be honest.
Because of all.
I don't know how I just did that, and I don't know how that RNG just happened, but you know.
What the?
Yeah, that doesn't happen often. You know, the moment that doesn't happen. I'm not going crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really see exactly what happened. I just saw the A-ball was just standing there, and that's not usually what's happening.
Yeah, it didn't hit the side platform. It just like bounced off an enemy and went back, I think. But
why are we just seeing so many new things now?
I know. My gameplay through that stage was like really good though. That was super good movement, but sometimes that ending part, it's bouncy pads and 8-ball, and they just interact with each other in weird and new ways.
Yeah, it's really easy for the 8-ball to just bounce everywhere, and it's so hard to get control of it sometimes unless you get a very specific pattern.
Yep. But hey, that's not too bad. Get out of the stage without dying, and then we're gonna go into Shrinky Ink. So this one, we have a limited amount of ink going throughout the stage, and I'm just trying to make a cycle while not shooting too much, essentially.
Pretty short stage.
I don't know why I tapped the ground once there, but this won't have lasting impact, will it?
Surely not.
Of course not. Clueless. I'm gonna do the old strat here. Holy. No side climb there. Old fashioned.
Next, we're going to have a pretty difficult stage. We really want to make sure we actually select the Jet Squelcher really quickly, otherwise our cycle is going to be thrown off.
It's left. It's left.
Left. Let's go.
You accidentally select a different weapon, every box here is going to be on a different cycle because it's all moving, right? So... Oh, whoops. That's fine, I guess. Oh, I made a mistake.
Oh.
That's
fine.
Yeah, I agree. We'll go over here, and then we'll figure it out on the fly, I suppose. Okay, we got that one over there. I need to, like... Oh. Wait, I can get that. Can I? Wait, I can.
Oh, maybe.
I don't think I can. It lies to me, the moment. It lies! No.
That stage is very difficult to learn the box cycles for. It's like you can get like time where like there's 45 seconds left on the timer, but like you have to be really precise with your shots there.
I missed a jump to the side after I got my start lines, and it just threw off my whole cycle. I should have went for the 42 instead of trying to do that jump, but it's okay. Mistakes were made.
It's fine.
Radical rails.
Here we
doing all that again, but yeah, here we are.
Here we just have a target buster stage with the brush. We're gonna skip that ink tank because we actually don't need it. It's helpful with the other weapons, but here the ink press movement is just fast enough, and we can manage our ink well enough to where we just don't need it.
I don't get sixes like you do.
With a 6.
I don't get sixes like you do.
Unfortunate.
I know. Only a 5.5. Just judge each other based on the IGT you have at the end of that.
Yep.
Pretty much.
And now we have the hardest stage in the game.
Says every casual player, but to a speedrunner, this is the easiest level of the run. And I tell that to people, and it's just like, you're lying to me. You're like actually just trolling me right now. But no, as a speedrunner, you're on a timer here, and you know exactly where every enemy spawns here in girl power. So it's the exact same every time. Nothing changes, and it's basically just an auto-scroller. A minute and a half, we will be in this ring. Just gonna take out some enemies. They are on this wall, but you can shoot them off of it to make them go off faster. I miss those dualies. Hey! Big bully.
It doesn't actually matter that we are getting rid of them right there. It just makes it easier, and we can just wait around more.
Yeah, the next wave doesn't start until the 45-second mark, so just ink up some path. I know where they're gonna spawn. You got one on the left, and then one in the middle, and then one on the right. It's crazy. Ooh, I'm getting a little quirky.
Imagine
Here.
if they made them spawn like they do in After All Tournament.
Oh no.
That would be a lot more difficult, but it would actually be kind of fun.
I know. What am I doing? Is there one over there? Am I tripping?
There's one. Nah, it's like, yeah, you just have those two left. Like that. And then
Yeah.
our friend over there,
Wait,
he's by the
Friend.
thing. Yep.
friend.
The brush AI is very weird in this game.
What a boy! No.
Sometimes he'll just be standing next to that pillar, and you can just watch him just stare into the pillar.
Yeah.
And sometimes he'll just be brushing around that center orb.
I got splashed
It's
down.
fun to watch him.
All right, this is
Now we actually have the hardest stage.
this is actually the hardest stage of the game. I'm just gonna shut up and play the video game. Try to not die. You want to explain
just
how
gonna
this
be doing
goes
the
a
rapid
little bit? I don't
blaster
mind. Yeah. Rapid and a bunch of
So-
boxes.
I think you can already see with all these boxes just how scary it's gonna look. But this way we just choose the rapid blaster here because it lets us break a bunch of boxes at once. Makes the stage go by really quickly.
I'm guessing it's possible to mess up and explode the wrong crates too.
So yeah, basically if you break any of these, so you want to break all the orange crates. If you break any of the wooden crates, like the ones he's not breaking, like then you basically send back all the way to the start of the stage and have to restart it.
Oh,
So like So all these like boxes that he's getting like splash damage on, if he breaks any of those, then he's just done for and has to start back over again. There is a key that we can grab to grab a checkpoint, but grabbing the checkpoint is actually really slow. So we want to ideally do this all in one go.
What was that jump RNG? That shot at the end, it just it just went so far to the side.
Nice first try.
I know, thank you. I didn't die on Matchmaster, which is the goal of any marathon-related thing in OE, because if you die at the end of that stage, you have to play the whole thing again. It's over a minute of time loss. But the rap...
Yeah, it can be so stressful watching that.
I know. It's stressful playing it.
Very true. Then we have the Octo Shower. We're going to be having an inkjet for this stage, which actually makes it a really unique fight.
Yes.
It's like one of the only boss fights where we have a special weapon, I think, besides the Octo Samurai.
Yeah, they're giving us an inkjet for this boss fight, which is very cool. But as you will see, it is very simple as well. You can use the inkjet to kind of bust open this fight, make it really consistent.
It's kind of hard to learn at first because just aiming diagonally up in the air can be a bit wonky at times.
Yep.
Just if you're not used to it, but once you do learn it, it's really consistent.
What do we got? Back? Oh, double back. Okay. Phase 1 is the only thing that's really inconsistent. That third one, it'll essentially go back, left, or forward, and then pick a second direction right after. And I got double back there, which is kind of awkward to hit. I can't really react to that and make it flick to shoot it. I have to just go back with it. But phase 2 is a little bit different. I go a little over to the side, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Rinse and repeat.
Yep, we can just one cycle him twice.
Yes.
A lot easier than in New Game Plus for hero mode.
I know. Or any % hero mode trying to get a one cycle. Ugh.
Yeah, I forgot that I figured that one out. That would not be fun to go for.
Yeah, it's like an hour into the run. Let's just go for something that
Let's
risky.
just leave. Let's just leave it alone.
Yep. Okay. But that's Octo Shower. And now, the path to the first thing is clear. And getting to the first thing is kind of just like the longest we have to go for a single thing, I'm pretty sure. But it just gets us a lot of movement options on the Metro map.
Yeah, basically we have like a right side and a left side that we'll have to do. Like there's 2 things on the right side and 2 things on the left side. So yeah, this first part is the longest. But
Yep.
also probably we start with the right. It's technically around like the same amount of time to go left or right. Like you can pick which way you want to go as a runner.
Yep.
But generally we pick the right side because like there's a bunch of hard stages on this right side that we would like to reset over if we make mistakes on them, like Matchmaster, for instance.
It is essentially the age-old debate of Matchmaster versus Damageless as your hardest stage. But right side also has things like Radical Rails, the 8-ball one, like that CO3. So it's my pick. And a lot of people's
same.
picks.
I forgot how long it took to actually pop those thing barriers.
Yup.
I was just watching Barry, and I'm like, surely it pops any second now, right? And I just forgot how long it took.
Suspense! Oh my, I pressed up there. I disagree with you, game. All right.
So yeah, we'll just be finishing off the right side here.
Yep, we just have a couple more stages to go now to get our second thing.
This stage is relatively simple. We're just gonna try and just defeat all the enemies. We can like break out the boxes from under these guys to make them fall, and pretty much just rinse and repeat for all the enemies in this stage until the end.
Yep. Kind of whiffed one of those shots, but it still worked. They have like just over
Just
one
as long as
shot's
you get a
worth of
little
health, yeah. But we're not doing too bad. Had some silly things happen this run, but it is Octo expansion. So some silliness is guaranteed, but I'm gonna try for a little bit of a trick jump here in this level. We get the dually sculptures, so you get to do a tech called dodge roll boosting, which is essentially on these grind rails. I can do dodge rolls to gain a little bit of distance forward and chain it together like this, and it saves a little bit of time each time, but it looks cool doing it.
Yep. And it's a lot faster than the dualies and hero mode, because I don't think there's like hardly any lag in these
there's like nothing.
dodge rolls. So we get to just do a bunch of them for free.
All right.
And now there's just going to be a little jump here coming up. Let's see if we can get it.
Ooh, that was really late. I'm gonna try again.
Ooh. Yeah, so basically we're just trying, we can precisely jump off here and nice. You can just skip a whole section of the grind rail there by just jumping up there at a precise time.
I'm not gonna lie, as it was
Saves like
rotating,
10 seconds.
as it was rotating, I thought I rolled off.
Oh gosh.
My ankle was so
That
bad.
would be-
But yeah, you get that jump first try. It's a nice 10-second save, but
Yeah.
miss it and try again. You only save 2 seconds to doing it normally. Miss it and fail a second time. That's where the problems really start happening.
Yeah.
But
And now it just happened another thing. Just all the thing stages are identical. We just go and pop the barrier and grab the thing.
pretty much.
Rinse and repeat for all 4 stages.
All right, it's still a 25
So bad we
right
don't have
side,
to do
guys. Everyone relax.
Yeah.
It's
At least we don't have the bees suspense. Actually, no, we still have that suspense for like the boss stages in Splatoon 3, except for we just can actually just grab the thing immediately.
yep.
We just have to wait for the platform to come to us all the time.
It's no 2449 like my PB's right side, but 24s are very hard.
So here's another stage. We're gonna be playing with the baller. It's not too difficult of a stage. There's a few skips we can do in the middle of it.
Yep.
And as long as we just play well enough, we can just skip a few things.
Some jumps we can try to do with the baller. Short hop over these platforms. Jump into this to get a little bit higher. And I can jump across here. Oh, that was...
Oh,
It's okay.
close.
Did not jump into that at the right angle, but it's fine. Jump across these. And then I am slow, so I need to do... Okay. I wasn't supposed to cut it that hard, but it's okay. I can just do this. Perfectly fine. Everything's fine. All right.
For a second, I think I was kind of forgetting what we had next, but we have the 8-ball stage next.
Yeah.
This
Wait, it's
one's
8-ball,
better.
not
I
Rainmaker.
like
Yeah,
the
you're
other
right.
one. Yeah. I couldn't remember if it was 8-ball or Rainmaker first,
Yeah.
but here we have an 8-ball stage. Unlike the other one, this one's really cycle-based at the end. There's a cycle we're going to try and make. So pretty much we just need to play well enough throughout this first half of the stage. And then we can see what cycle we make. We just wanted to make sure we're really careful not to get this 8-ball off the stage.
Guess what happens if it does go off the stage?
If it does go off the stage, then we die and respawn at the last checkpoint.
Oof.
Which is not as bad as if we died in Matchmaster, but it's something we'd like to avoid regardless.
Uh-oh. Oh, I can fix that. I can fix that. I can fix that. Yep. Okay. We're good.
Nice.
I shouldn't have done that angle, but I still did.
So yeah, I guess that's a skip we didn't really talk about, but you can basically there's like a whole left side to that area where we go around and unlock a boost panel or a pufferfish, I think, which would send it all the way across in one go, but we don't actually need that pufferfish, so we can just shoot it across there and save us the pain of going to the left side.
Yep. And now we do the Rainmaker. And this one is
Relatively boring stage, but
agreed. Pick up the splatter shot, carry the Rainmaker, walk past Octolings. You know how this works.
die every once in a while.
Yep, very rare, but the
really
1% of
unlucky.
runs. You get your best right side time ever. And then it dies somewhere random after you did 8-ball, and it's like, wait, why? I just wanted to get to escape. Well, the things
We're actually going to be, there's like those splash walls. As long as we like damage them a little bit before they pop up, then we'll be able to just basically insta kill them.
Yeah, I didn't even mention that because it didn't even cross my mind, you know?
I mean, I'm just looking at this and I saw the splash wall there and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll explain the splash wall stuff.
Yeah.
Since there's not really much else to say in this stage.
Pretty much.
Someone said, wow, nice ranked gameplay.
I mean, basically.
It's
you
like
don't see
playing
your teammates
Rainmaker on
sometimes.
D-Ray. Wow.
It's kind of like how you just feel like you're alone all the time.
Yeah, I think I always played with the dualies, and then people would just kill me immediately.
It's okay, we're doing dualies.
Oh.
This one is super cool with movement.
Yeah, this is another grind rail stage. It doesn't have a whole lot of big skips, I think, except for like this box skip coming up here in a second. But it's a lot cooler than the other stage, I would say.
Agreed.
So yeah, we're just gonna jump on top of that box, jump across this gap, and just the movement here is just really fun to do. It was one of the first ILs I ever grinded out. It was really fun.
Your aisle here is crazy.
I remember there were a few things discovered that towards the end of it,
Yeah.
towards the end of Splatoon 2's lifespan, but I don't remember exactly everything that was happening. But I think even if we did go for them, they didn't save that much time.
I think it was like
Wait,
the one
there's
where
like
you clipped
that-
through the rail, right?
Yeah, you like clip through the rail, and that actually saved a little bit of
Yeah,
time.
I never
but
actually ended up learning
I don't
that.
remember.
'Cause it was super late into my Wii
I don't
grind.
remember. I think I went for it a few times, but I don't think I remember if I got it in a run or not.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, this time the jet squelcher is to the right and not to the left. Because, you know, we just have to make that different from the other box stage.
Just got to put the easiest one on the left and the hardest one on the right, even though this one's the hardest one and it's on the right, but or the easiest one, I would say,
Yeah.
but basically just simple, pretty simple. We just pop 20 boxes, throw a splat bomb there. It's actually really safe to throw that splat bomb. It never explodes a fail balloon from there.
Yeah. Like that path that I
And
did
I
there
guess
is like
just
the
to mention-
really safe version.
Yeah. I guess just to mention it, like if you did pop a fail balloon, then like you'd just die and have to restart all over again.
Yep.
But it's not that big of a time. I mean, it is a big time loss, but it hardly happens.
Yep.
I was gonna say that went by so fast. I couldn't even focus. That aim was pretty incredible.
Thank you. I practice a bit.
A little bit. We do a little bit of
Just a
practicing.
little bit.
Of course. All right, Naboden. This
Here
stage is
we have
cool.
This is probably one of my favorite stages. It's so fun. This stage with all the furlers, it's so fun. And here's a trick coming up called a furler boost. Let's see if you get it.
Okay.
No. Okay,
The goal
that's
of
fine.
that is to stay in the center of the furler, and it will launch you across the whole thing right to the gunners right there. But I popped out early.
Fortunately missed it, but it's fine.
Yeah, that sometimes happens. I didn't quite go into the center there, but that's okay.
But that was probably the best outcome
Yes.
for failing it, but rather than dying.
Got it.
Nice. So that's a nollie. We can just basically just jump from there by holding out our sub weapon, and then squidding and then jumping at the same time. And it gives us a lot more distance off jumping off the grind rail than usual. So it allows us just to jump across there
Pretty much.
and not wait till the end of the grind rail. But yeah, those two tricks makes this stage like so fun to play.
It takes a while to get both of them down, but once you do and you start getting it a lot in runs, it's really satisfying. And then our third thing. Almost to the end of this metro. We're gonna have all 4 things, and I wonder what's gonna happen. It'll be crazy.
What do you think we're gonna build?
I don't know. Up a lot of pieces so far.
Still,
That second one was looking a little sharp, but I mean, it'll be safe.
surely.
I mean, of course, of course. But before we even get to that point, we have another box on rails stage, not anywhere near as bad as the other one from earlier. And then one of the most dreaded stages in OE called Damageless. Oh, that's what we like to call
First, we
it.
gotta customize Agent 3, right?
Of course.
Or are we just gonna skip this?
I could have done it for the bit, to be fair.
You could have done it, but it's fine.
Yeah. Oh, that's over.
Oh, nice.
You're way better at that
Yeah,
menu
this
than I
is
am.
just a little bit. We're going to be selecting the gist culture again. This time it's on the left instead of the right.
course.
But
Let's just make it go back and forth.
back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
And this one's just a simple grind rail stage. We're going to be doing a few early jumps like that just to try and save time whenever we can. But for the most part, it's an auto scroller.
How much of, like, if you pick the wrong weapon, is that, like, do you reset versus, you know, is, like, how much of a time loss would it be? Like, is it worth going back? I guess is the question that I'm really getting at here.
You can, like, quickly reselect in these stages. Like, I can go to the weapon machine again and just pick the jet squelcher and only lose a couple of seconds. But if you did play it with the splatter shot, it's actually, like, not that bad as well. So,
Like, it's a little bit slower because, like, without this range, like, we wouldn't be able to break boxes as early to, like, activate rails earlier, and we'd have to, like, wait a bit towards the end here.
yeah, it's mainly this ending that I can just poke from super far like that.
Yeah.
Oh, is this one really
So,
clean?
like-
What the? Those last 4.
If we do pick the wrong one, yeah. If we do pick the wrong one, like Launcher said, we can just reselect it. It's not too big of a deal.
Yeah.
Now we have Damageless.
Oh, boy.
So we're going to be using the Squiffer here, since it's the fastest weapon out of these.
To the left.
To the left. To the left this time.
Yeah, so don't get hit. You can explain more, but just
Basically.
don't get hit. That's the goal.
Yeah. Like, basically, throughout this stage, if we touch any enemy ink or if we get shot by any of the enemies, we are going to die and have to restart at the last checkpoint. So luckily we don't have to do it all in one go, but
Could you imagine, dude?
guy in here can lose a lot of time. Oh, that would suck. if we had to start all over again, I'm sure we would be much more terrified of this stage than we
Yeah.
already are.
We would do left side first.
Yeah. But the checkpoints are really frequent in this stage, so it's not that bad to die here, but it's obviously not ideal. Here we're gonna throw these curling bombs specifically, so we can get all those auto bombs there. And we have this final section where we're gonna need to go grab a key and come all the way back here. We're spotting that Octarian right there just so that we have a path later on, and you'll see why in a moment. Basically, there's going to be a twinkle that spawns there, and we want to keep it trapped in
Oh
ink.
my.
Wow.
Lucky.
Oh, okay, so at the end
Oh,
here,
he's
a
stuck.
twinkle's going to spawn.
Okay,
It's fine.
relax. Everybody relax. Everybody relax. Nothing bad would possibly happen.
So yeah, as you saw there at the end of that last section, like you can touch the enemy ink, but like there's basically like a little delay between whenever you touch enemy ink and whenever you actually take damage. So luckily he only touched it for like just a tiny bit of time, so it didn't actually damage him.
Yeah, I was frames away from dying there, though. That was really, really close.
Yeah. That whole section looked really changed.
Yeah. That's not how it's supposed to go, but it didn't die, and that's the main thing.
That's always the goal.
Yep. And this one,
And
defend the orb. Orb?
orb. So yeah, this is just a auto scroller stage. We just defend the orb until the time runs out. And if we die, I think we just start over from the very beginning, but I don't know that I've ever died here before.
I have not either. It would take an extreme
like, a
effort. Or it'd be your first time ever doing it. That I could see as well. But
Yeah. Everything here is like all the patterns in this stage are the same every time, so as long as you remember the pattern, it's not that bad. Like all the Octa Zeppelins and the Octa, I don't remember what you call them, they all spawn at the same times. And nice. So that's the last day. I guess we have to play the Thing stage, but
yeah, that's the last actual gameplay stage of Metro. No, it's a 42 Metro. You're joking.
no, not a 41.
Sag. It's close, but it's not quite. It's okay. I would actually have to play Escape pretty good to get a 108 here without OS skip, but I could. But Escape is a tricky thing, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Not too shabby though. $42.10 left side. All right. Now we have a little bit of mashing and then cutscene. Down. Go down. There you go.
Wait, did they literally change it from into Splat 3 to where you had to go up now?
Did they? I don't remember.
I don't know. I just thought about it just now because I forgot that we actually had to go down in there.
They might have,
I
but
think it changed it, but
I couldn't honestly tell you.
I can't remember off the top of my head. I guess we'll figure it out later, won't we?
Yep. It'll come up again in about an hour or so, maybe a little more.
This is looking like an extremely interesting thing.
Yeah, I don't know about the safety of this. It's got a little weird.
It's a teleporter, right?
Yeah.
That's what the
Yeah.
I don't know what the spinning blade is doing up there, but hey, hold on. Agent 8, look out! Look out! You gotta get out of there.
Cuttlefish has escaped death near a lot of times.
Agent 3!
That's something I...
Where's my RGB gamer blender?
Just all your kitchen appliances.
Gosh.
It's Agent 3 from the first game. Back to give us a hand. What is this even? Employee model CQ. And this lets us see like a more detailed map, I'm pretty sure. I haven't read this text in forever because I usually play on Spanish.
I just realized, like, we're gonna see Agent 3 in all of these rooms.
Yeah.
All in a row.
The evolution.
The evolution from being the speedrunner to becoming the speedrunner watcher.
All right. Now we're into the escape sequence. We got 7 different phases to go through here. And at the end, final boss battle. And that's OE. But we gotta climb this sucker. And starting out, we don't have a weapon right now, or a sub-weapon or anything. So our goal is to try to be a bit stealthy. Obviously.
A bit of a sneaky squid. Or octopus.
Getting lasered by all of these tentacles is not a great idea, but we're not going to be all that stealthy, you know?
We're gonna be stealthy, but not stealthy.
Like these ones.
Here we're just gonna swim through it and just hope that nothing bad happens.
Exactly. Just don't get lasered here. Pass this once they turn around. That.
So we want to be stealthy there, because if we do get spotted by those guys, then on those like little hexagonal platforms, there will be enemies that spot.
I think I'm okay.
I think you're fine. Yeah.
Oh please.
That was scary though.
How did that sniper not see me?
But yeah, if we get spotted, like, enemies will start spawning on those hexagonal platforms, and we don't want that to happen in many sections. So,
Sketch. Okay, this is gonna be moving. Dodge that, and then I'm just gonna have to wait. We're good. Everybody calm down.
everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Ooh, I don't trust that. You see that? This happened to me last time when I was here too, where it didn't move right away. What's up with that?
Always fine just to wait a few seconds.
Yeah.
And here we have the phase 2, the dreaded phase 2.
Dreaded phase
where
2.
It can be either the most consistent thing you've ever seen, or the most RNG thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, so my split name here is actually Purgatory for the world record grind, because...
Really?
Yes. Runs got here, and Runs did not leave this split. Because this wall right here... We don't have a weapon or a sub-weapon right now, but on each of these sides, we're going to get a sub, and then we're going to get the hero shot, or the octo shot, right? And you can actually go up that wall with just the sub-weapon and hit the switch with like an RNG ink particle off of a wall. And that'll get you to the end and just give you the octo shot in the next phase. That's called octo shot skip, and it saves like 35 seconds if you get it first try. But you need an ink particle to hit a tiny switch on a wall, and you need it to happen fast if you want to actually get a record in this game. So, no thanks. I'm gonna go grab the octo shot this run. I like my runs finishing, because that can just take minutes. You could just stand at that wall for 5 minutes and get nothing. So,
Like this category, like if you don't have auto shot skip, is like one of the. It's like, oh, I've never seen that before. Like, what was I gonna say? It's like one of the most consistent categories in Splatoon 2, but once you throw in auto shot skip, then it starts getting really RNG dependent.
Yes. Like OE without octo shot skip is really good, but at world record level, pain. But it's fine, guys. No octo shot skip today, and I don't have to go for a world record level run because I already got this 106. That was earlier this year, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure. Yeah, it should have been. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Oh wow, I went on the geyser there like at Splatoon 3.
Too much muscle
I know.
memory.
You're gonna see what I mean
So, yeah,
when we
we
actually
can
get to
just-
Splat 3. It's gonna be something. But yeah, I think talking about the OS skip ball or something.
Yeah, like you see that like tiny switch that we had to ink with the auto shot. Like you can't like ink that with the bomb normally. Like you have there's like walls on either side of you, and you have to throw the splat bomb on top of those walls, and then hope that the ink particle falls from there onto the tiny switch.
Oh, so you can't even like throw it at the
And-
door. Dang.
No, you have
No,
to like
you have
use
to throw
a
it on top of the wall.
Yeah. It's
So like that's just like so
brutal.
much more distant that the ink particle actually has to cover. So
Does
it's
world record
rough.
have that?
Yes. I got it 5th try in world record. Oh, what am I doing? Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Don't worry about it. I'm just doing a 208. Everything's fine. I definitely remember how to
There is-
208.
there is a faster strat we can do there with a precise jump or a very precise beginning, but that's really a lot safer of a strategy because if we die here in the beginning, it would lose us. What is it? 40 seconds?
Yes. And there's no way
Yeah.
to fix a death in phase 3. Like, if you have that in a world record run, it's gone. So, whenever I'm doing something like this, I like to just do this safer thing in Escape 3. I go around these side blocks like this. It is not only way easier, but way safer, and only loses like 8 seconds to do.
And most of the reason why it loses you 40 seconds is because of those like platforms. I guess we'll see. But
Huh. That wasn't supposed to happen, but I didn't jump
so like
far
the
enough.
platforms here are gonna be like we basically have to wait for this next platform, and that's where most of the time loss comes from whenever we die in this section.
Yep. Please don't hit me. Okay. All I ask.
You're fine.
I'm just gonna do that. Let's not take any unnecessary jump scare now, will we? Like, it's just... I could do some things there, but I will not. I'm pretty sure I have to death reset here.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Yeah. For some reason, like if you die in the phase anywhere, like there's just this gap in the platforms where like you just have to die and reset it to get the platforms in a better location. I don't really know why that is, but it's just something we have to keep in mind.
What is with these jumps today?
Watcher, why are you giving me heart attacks?
Decided to show off on the jumps. Dang.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to do it, I swear.
just trying to catch us from, just keep us awake, I guess.
Yeah.
Just late night. Oh my goodness.
Everything's fine.
This is phase 4. There's not really much to say, I think, about this phase. We just need to avoid the lasers. Like our movement throughout the stage will basically decide like what kind of laser cycles we get, but you can always pretty much adjust to the cycles. There is actually a pretty precise trick here at the end of this section, which I don't think launcher's gonna go for. No. Like basically in that, there's actually a way to like skip going around this whole section.
Oh my!
But it's
I clipped the wall. Oh, my heart. Why are we doing this, OE?
OE memento. But yeah, basically we can like slide in between the lasers and basically just climb on the wall and just skip that section, but it's really precise. Yep. So we don't go for it.
Guys, I can't be doing laser skip. I gotta still get this under 110.
And here we're gonna be getting the inkjet, and this part of the escape is actually pretty fun to do. We're going to be aiming towards getting a cycle towards the end. A pass cycle. So we're just going to try and play pretty well through this whole stage.
Yep. Let's see what I got. Hold down.
Nice.
Mash. Nothing fancy. This is exactly what I would do on a record pace when I'm nervous after OS skip, you know? Like,
yeah, that's completely fair.
There is some fancy movement you can do with that third one, but it is a bit more precise.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I ever learned the safe movement.
Oh my. That's just the movement classic. That's fine.
It's pretty interesting. That, like,
they're just
the first, like this. It feels like this whole section is almost like half of the game, or at least half the run.
It is. Splatoon 3 has something similar, and it's like very close to being half of the run.
Yeah.
I still made Fast Cycle. That still is Fast Cycle, but it's just like not as cool. It's still the rotation. I didn't have to wait 20 seconds, but it's not that cool anymore. But
yeah, like the Splatoon 3 story mode actually really follows a similar formula, I guess, that OE does, where like you have like an intro, and then like a bunch of like OE stages, a bunch of like challenges to do.
The middle section.
Then you have like the middle section, yeah. And then you just have the escape sequence afterwards, or like the rocket sequence in Splatoon 3.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting how similar they are.
The start and the end are similar. The middle is not. The middle
is just completely.
Oh my! The middle in Splatoon 3. We're getting there. Okay, counting time. Counting with Lantro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bomb. Surely this works, because it's been a long time.
Here we just need to shoot this orb to get it to the end of the stage.
Nice.
So we're wanting to do this little like I don't know what you'd call it, like shot swim cycle thing. I don't know what you call it actually. Yeah. But basically it makes it so that we don't waste all of our ink and we can just keep our ink tank up instead of just shooting it all at once. And we're going to be saving this ink tank for pretty much right now actually. So we're going to grab it there so we can get back our ink after throwing that bomb. And just throwing that bomb, like, it takes a lot of ink, but it allows us to keep moving forward while we focus on other things, like getting rid of those octo bombers right there. And we can just damage boost through that laser right there, just as long as we hit that last one.
Yeah.
And then we're pretty much home free in this space.
You can only damage boost through one laser though, so you do need to take out one of them, but once you do, the orb has enough health to take one laser. But this section is like extremely difficult when you're starting out, but put in enough time, know how the cycles work and all like little things, it starts clicking a lot more. But I remember being, you know, having like a 119 PB in this game. Why was I not swimming there? Losing
Theme moment.
I know, just random seam. Let's actually lose all of my speed as a joke. It'll be really funny. Okay. Everything's gonna be fine. My VPT is a 109.49. I would never miss elevator.
Surely not.
Of course not.
Although I said that earlier and then
Clueless.
you gave me a heart attack, so. I think I've said that multiple times, and every time you give me a heart
Yeah.
attack. But
This is what happens when you
Sure,
play a
yeah,
lot of
it's kinda-
Splatoon 3. Like, you see me play this on my OE Prime, it's a very different run. Like, 107s without OS skip kind of deal, but...
So here we're basically normally we would have to wait for the elevator to reach the top, but here with a precise jump at a certain time, we can basically skip waiting for the elevator.
Nice.
Nice. So then this will just respawn us at the top, and then we'll be able to just start the fight from there, like that. So we just call that elevator skip. How much would you say it saves? Like 5 seconds, maybe?
Like 8, I want to say 6 to 8. I don't remember exactly, but
I don't remember how much
Yeah.
either. But you really don't want to go too early, otherwise it spawns you back at the beginning of the elevator and you just have to go for it again.
tricky moves, Agent 3.
For this Agent 3 fight, we want to like combine splat bombs to get basically as soon as we shoot Agent 3, they're going to start like dodge rolling all over the place. So by throwing a bomb and shooting after a certain time, then we'll be able to just get him before he can dodge roll. Pretty precise thing to go for, but it really saves time.
Oh, got the cleanup.
Nice.
All right, everything's fine.
And now we have 6 minutes of cutscenes
Yeah.
with a 3-minute auto
The
scroller.
really unfortunate part is that the game, the speed run, is over right now, but the time isn't over because we have a 6-minute cutscene and then a turf war match with the final boss. Like, the turf war is just scripted, and it's like, okay, well, I got
Like,
9 minutes,
basically,
8
as
seconds,
long as we-
0.65, you know? Like,
Yeah. Like basically, like we can still technically die in the turf war segment, so it still counts as gameplay. But basically, just as long as you don't die or anything, you can. It's the same time. It takes the same amount of time every time.
I can think of a certain someone when it comes to dying there.
Yeah, I can
but
think of it. Yeah,
maybe we don't call people out.
yeah. It's fine.
The speedrunners,
It
though.
happens.
Yeah, I actually,
I remember
I had a clip
you gave me a heart attack.
where I fell down with 35 seconds to like a bottom rail and had one bomb left, and I was like frames away from losing the fight. But got it to
That was like
explode.
on one of your first runs too, right?
Yeah, that was like,
Right.
I think I was like a 119. That's a while ago.
Come so far since then.
I know.
So I guess the last call we're going through the cutscene. What is your favorite Splatoon out of the 3? And you know, hero mode included, I guess, for 2.
That's difficult. I'm tempted to say the first one. Story mode is goated, and I enjoyed the multiplayer the most in that game because I wasn't burnt out of it. But 2's got Octo expansion, which is really killer, and I'm excited to see what the DLC story mode will be for 3. Maybe that'll make it the best, but I'm a Splatoon 1 guy.
I know for me, I would have been an OE guy before Splatoon 3 released, but now I think I'm more of a Splatoon 3 guy just because the resets are much more bearable, I would say. A lot of the thing that killed OE for me was just having to sit through 8 minutes of waiting or something.
And you are like
Just
a
for each
routing
reset.
master. Like you have single-handedly made routes for Splatoon 3 that are just insane and broke all of our expectations. So
Routing is just so fun in that
I know.
game with all the kettles.
like you're the one that actually made level 3 shot work in Splatoon 3. Like Adif was doing it, but your route, that's what sealed it in.
Once I combined the containers and upgrade routing, it actually started working. Just had to combine those two things.
We put the pieces together. And 1 month later, the route's already stupid.
But yeah, there really isn't much to say right now about the actual game that's happening.
I know. What often happens, if I like got a world record or a PB here, it's like I'm talking about the run during this point, or if I'm not, I like get up and go walk for a bit because it's like, you got 6 minutes, you're good. It's unfortunate this is at the end of the run, but you could also have Splatoon 2 Hero Mode's DJ Octavio fight, which is 2 minutes of RNG at the end of your speedrun. So, all in all, I think I prefer this one to the other Splatoon 2 option, you know?
Like I ran so much OE that like whenever I was doing like Splatoon 3 speedruns, it took me a while to get out of the habit of going into the final split and being like, okay, this is my time.
Yeah. It's like, no, in Splatoon 3, you need to care.
Yeah, we actually need to care.
There's gameplay. No way.
No way.
We got this
And
laptop.
you don't end time at Agent 3 because there's a scripted split or turf war at the end.
This is a scripted turf war, yeah. Marina's showing this right now.
Yeah, like
where we got these hyper bombs to cover up the statue, and we're gonna pop them. But the hyper bombs only spawn on the statue at certain second intervals, like every 30 seconds or at a minute mark. And at the end, Pearl is gonna charge up a giant killer whale laser, take out the statue. But yeah,
they could have made it like end earlier, but like you, even if you explode all the bombs early, then you still have to wait for the 3 minutes to go.
yep.
So that's part of the reason why it's just an auto scroller at this point.
But we're like 1 minute away
actually
from
have,
playing
like,
the game, so, you know.
Yeah, I guess you could say like the ending sequence, like for Splatoon 3, like it's kind of similar, except for you can actually end it earlier, which makes it a lot more interesting. Like you have a time limit, but it actually, and like a special sort of mode, I would say, but you can actually just end it earlier, so
Yep.
it's more interesting.
It's like,
Kind of rambling.
it's there's actual execution in 3's part.
Yeah.
You can do like bomb throws
That's
to
a
take
better way
out
to put
groups of enemies, compared to this, where it's just like, okay, the bombs drop. There's 5 on the neck. And then after 60 seconds, there's 5 on the back. And it's just like, okay, Marina, you're so cool. After 90 seconds, 5 on its right arm. Oh, wow, there's these crazy ink rails I'm gonna go climb. I don't know. But hey, the first thing you gotta do when you get to the statue is quite simple. Smile. Where are the smiles, chat? Post your smiles.
Now we just wait for the next set.
It's so interesting that they picked this to finish the game instead of like an actual boss, or I guess to finish the expansion, other than like an actual boss battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess in all missions, like you actually have a really, it's a really good ending because you actually have to end it against the Inner Agent 3 fight, which is actually a really hype ending.
Yeah, Inner Agent 3 is like a secret boss that you get after beating every stage, and it is stupid hard. Especially when you're trying to do it for your first time. That fight got hands. They don't mess around.
Yeah.
A shame that's not how the 80%
Really
run ends. Could you imagine?
Huh?
Imagine 80% ending with Inner Agent 3.
Oh god. I mean, it would be a lot more interesting than what we have now.
That's
but
for sure.
to be honest, technically both runs end with the Agent 3 fight. It's just we actually have more time after this run. Technically.
All right. Oh, we got 20 of the bombs down so far. Once the 1 minute arc hits, all of these blue ones are gonna spawn. Real time. You can actually go up this last rail in a bunch of different ways. You can really do all of this ending in whatever way you want since you're waiting anyway. So I feel like everyone has a slightly different way to pop everything. Do your thing. Don't shoot this one early. You could hit the bottom one.
Yeah. What?
Full damage.
I didn't know you could stand right there.
I didn't either.
Now we just, I guess time will be after.
Time is when the countdown is done, yeah.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Not bad. That's Octo expansion for you. Honestly, that run is super fun, and it's very consistent when you're not doing Octoshot skip.
Yeah, probably if you're getting into any speedrun for Splatoon 2, this is the run to do, in my opinion.
Agreed. That is it for OE, so
Yeah.
gonna be going into Splatoon 3 pretty soon.
Yeah. And I will shout out the runner and commentator one more time in chat. If you like this run, if you want to see more of it, Lontro LONTR0 underscore. And,
Go in chat right now.
There's that TV/thebobin. Check them out. And so if you're coming in right now, we are going to the third game in our trilogy, because that's how trilogies work. There's 3 games.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Really going all out for this one. If you missed the Splatoon run, the Splatoon 2 run, or the Llama Lana randomizer from earlier, GDQ or youtube.com/gamesdonequick to check out the VODs. We usually upload it after about 2 days. And now we're going to go to a quick break, and we'll be right back with Splatoon 3. So stay tuned, and we'll see you in a few minutes. Trilogy. One final quick announcement before we go up. Your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick, both with HotFix and AGDQ 2023 costs. So please consider subscribing if you like this content, or if you want to just hear the music on the break screens. All right, so we are on to the most recent game. I believe, Lantra, you said this is your comfort zone now?
Oh,
We're
yes.
going on Splatoon 3.
Yes, so here we go, Splatoon 3. This game just came out like a little over a month ago, and it is the most broken Splatoon speedrun to ever exist. And it's only been a month. And I am excited to show that to you all. So let's begin. In 3, 2, 1, go.
So pretty much the speedrun is going to be separated into 3 sort of distinct segments. We're going to have this crater segment and Alterna segment, and then the rocket section at the end. Just to split it up into 3 nice parts.
Yep. The crater segment starting out is pretty similar to the first 2 games in their respective hero modes. It's quite linear in nature, and not that many busted things we could do. There's still some stuff. And then Alterna is the section after that, and it is a disaster. I don't know how they let that one slip through, because there's a lot that we're going to do. And then Rocket's got a bunch of its own stuff as well. So it's gonna be funny.
Yeah. For this beginning, like, you may be asking, like, oh, can't we just get, like, enough eggs just to get past all the ooze from all the fuzz, like, from just one level? But actually, the fuzzball at the end for Octavia does not spawn until we actually complete all 4 levels. So we are railroaded into just doing all 4 levels.
That is totally right. I never mentioned that because I don't really think about it, but yeah, that's why you don't skip level 2. Oh yeah, there is actually a little skip right here. By going on this little side rail instead of straight forward, there's usually a cuttlefish text trigger there. That takes about 3 seconds, but you could just go around it. You know, the first of many things to go down.
Only like a 3-second time save,
Yep.
but like if you hadn't like pointed it out, it's really easy to miss.
You wouldn't even
Just
notice
go
it
off
if
and
I
go.
didn't say anything. You know? Like,
Just one of the first many things. And this stage is really simple. It's basically just hold forward. There's like some side paths where you can go on to go get some extra eggs, but just completing the levels normally gives us enough eggs to get past everything in craters, so we're not too worried about
Yep.
it.
Crater is the more linear, straightforward part. It won't stay that way for long.
We just keep hyping up the alternate segment.
I know. Trust me, it's worth it. When we get through that first stage and we get introduced, I don't even think we talked about our little buddy, but we got a little small fry on our back. He's our friend. He can eat these sections of ooze, or the fuzz, for a certain amount of power eggs for each one. See, this one costs 100, gets it out of our way, and we can progress forward. Now, in many cases, that's really useful. But there's also a lot of times where that costs a lot of orbs. So, you know, we'll be doing some stuff. But first things first. We got this level 2. And in level 2, there is actually some cool tech near the end. If you want to explain.
Sure. So throughout this stage, like, we're going to be taking as many shortcuts as we can. There's actually, so you'll see, unlike the previous 2 games, we actually have a special in these stages that we can charge up, similar to like the multiplayer modes. And it'll always be a splashdown. So by going in this inside path, we can charge up this splashdown really quickly. And splashdown in this game actually interacts with boosters a little bit strangely, as you're about to see.
Yes.
You can just splash down off the booster, and you can just get to a higher part and just skip a section of the stage.
It is like the most satisfying thing in this crater, I swear. Not only is it just so cool to hit, but it just looks cool while doing it, you know?
It's so fun. I remember just like walking around just trying to figure out how to actually get like a 37 there, and then like I was just like, oh, we can just use a splashdown.
It's like, we can use a splashdown. And this takes 35 if you do it right. Like, holy.
Yeah. So enough much to say here. We're just going through the fuzz as fast as possible. You don't have to wait for the fuzz to dissipate completely. As soon as it turns like brown or something, like then the fuzz goes away and you can immediately start moving through it. So we're doing that as much as possible.
All right, new tech here.
And here we're gonna have
So, yeah.
yeah.
You can do a squid surge here by holding the B button, and if I ink the switch right, you can get in it, squid surge, and then go to the top to grab this key. And that skips having to do the entire left side of the stage, which is a 40-second time save. Pretty useful. I don't know.
Yeah, we can basically just skip that entire left side because there's usually a rail there that we would take that would take us to the top section or help get there. But we can just skip that by just grabbing the key. And you might be noticing we are not playing the game anymore currently.
Yeah. So there's going to be quite a few
So-
points where you exit out of the game like that and then go back. This actually skips a bunch of dialogue that would happen in the crater and will save time in a few different segments.
So it actually saves here, I think about 2 to 3 seconds or something.
Yeah, that one's like 1.5 to 2. That's the smallest one, but there's going to be one coming up pretty soon that saves 40. So, yeah. They're pretty useful.
And here we have just another relatively straightforward stage. We're just going to be swimming forward. We're going to... so the gimmick about this stage is that whenever you kill the enemies, like, platforms start to rise. Yep. We don't actually need to kill any of these ones before, but we do need to kill these 4 right here to make this platform rise. And by doing a squid surge here, we can actually get onto this platform a little bit earlier.
Let's see if I get this.
And here with a...
I don't know if that worked.
With a small fry for...
Oh, it did.
Probably not.
It did.
But, oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we can basically throw a small fry over there to make the enemy route here really quick. Like, if we didn't kill that enemy with the small fry, we would have had to go back there and just get him ourselves. So that saves a bit of time there. And allows us to just give 45 here.
Pretty much. And then we'll do a little bit more mashing, and then that big orb you were talking about earlier, that would not spawn over there if we didn't do every stage. But now we can eat it, and then go into the first boss fight.
And he might be a familiar face.
I know.
Potentially.
It's like we saw him earlier today, even.
We should get past his dark age.
Yeah, the Cali age, but look who it is. It's DJ Octavio, our good friend. Back as the first boss this time instead of the final one. That's kind of weird. I wonder what's going on.
I think we're at the end of the game.
Oh.
Aren't we?
Otherwise, it's going to be the fastest speeder of all time. I'll be way underestimate, but...
Surprise.
Yeah, but for this one, we've got 4 fists to hit back each phase. You can do spins, you can do straight punches. Phase 1 is fairly simple, and phase 2 is actually going to have some tech when we get there. Let's see if I can hit.
The fact that we have a splashdown for this fight makes it a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Like, we can use the splashdown to skip a few things, skip a few patterns, and I'll just knock a fist back earlier, like that.
Pretty much. Splashdown management in this fight just makes it way cooler. Otherwise, it'd be a pretty boring fight of just hitting back fists, but no, I have to actually care about that special gauge. Charge it back up before 2 starts. But here I'm going to try out a strat called Ink Vac Skip. See if I get it. I mean, surely, right? Nice. So what happened there?
So usually...
Oh yeah, you can go ahead. I got a fight to do.
Okay. So usually what would happen there is, like, we can get the splashdown out before that ink vacuum starts, but if we don't throw small fry at it, then he'll just start back up the ink vacuum and waste time later. But by throwing small fry before the vacuum goes away, we can basically just skip it so that he immediately starts his fist attack right afterwards, which saves like 5 seconds, 8 seconds, I don't know.
I think it's like 4, but it's...
I'm like really bad about remembering time saves.
Well, this game is so new. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
But it saves time. Guys, I love time save.
And that's all that matters. So yeah, we can pretty much only do that ink back skip in this phase, in that second phase, because there's in this next phase he always does his ink back before throwing out the fist, so there's not much we can do about that.
Oh, I thought I didn't hit that for a sec. No. Octavio jumps right. No. Okay.
You'll notice these platforms are it's like a minor thing, but these platforms are at different heights. So that actually does affect the fight a little bit, just since he's on this platform is the tallest, so it takes the fish slightly longer to reach us, which is a little bit annoying, but
it's okay.
It's fine. It's nothing compared to hero mode, Splatoon hero mode, RNG.
Okay. Exit
And here's
out
another section.
number 2.
This is where it saves the most time in the run to exit out.
Yeah. That one is 40 seconds because there'd be a cutscene where the ooze or the floor below Octavio and Cuttlefish and you turns into ooze and you fall down into Alterna. But instead of watching that, we exit out and it puts us here with the small fry cutscene after, which just skips an entire cutscene for some reason. Why not?
I'm not complaining.
Exactly.
It makes it so we had to watch less cutscenes.
And in the process, we got a nice 1056 crater.
Gosh. Craters are so fast, man.
I'm the early game guy.
You're the early game guy.
Have you seen Hash Salturnas? I'm not matching that.
I have not.
They're scary. But now we are here. This section we have probably been talking about the entire time. Alterna. It is a part that was just under the crater that we fell into, full of a bunch of fuzzy ooze. Got Agent 1 and Agent 2, Kelly Marie, and hey, Captain's looking a little familiar. Agent 3. The old Agent 3.
The evolution.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we just have a bit of mashing just until we can get into the first stage, and we are railroaded into completing the first stage. Since we don't have any power eggs at all. Since after we fall down from the crater, then it just takes away our hero gear and our power eggs. So we do have to complete this first stage because there's nowhere else to get eggs.
Pretty much. But I'm not gonna do key skip. I did not practice it. It's okay. There's a trick that's gonna be in this first stage. Where we're going to be basically collecting a bunch of keys in the first stage. You can skip one of them, but it's really hard. And I don't want to spend minutes trying to do one thing, considering we're going to spend minutes trying to do other things later, so...
Yeah. I think it's like, if you have like notches in your controller, it's a lot easier to do it because you have to hold a really precise angle and be in a really precise position.
Yep.
But if you don't have a notch, it's extremely difficult to actually get a good squid roll and hold that angle.
Unless your name is Hashtrice, of course, but,
Unless your name is Hashtrice, yep.
I don't know how he does it. Oh my god, so much mashing.
Yeah. There is a bunch of mashing here, but once we get done with this mashing, we don't really have a lot of mashing left to do in the run, I think.
Yeah, it's very little.
There's only like bits and pieces, actually. Which is pretty nice.
So in this stage, there are 3 keys that you can get. 1 on the right, 2 on the left. If you were doing key skip, you would just go straight to the left and skip this right key. I am not doing key skip because I have so many hard things to do this run. Like, key skip isn't on the priorities list, but that's okay.
We can do a little precise small throw here to skip the Inkzuko.
Yep.
Just get that furlough over here, which is pretty nice. So that's the key. Yeah, you mentioned it earlier. We would skip that key if we were going for a key skip, but since there's 2 keys on this side,
Yep.
we can just grab this key and the next one.
Get past that.
And our goal by the end of this stage is to grab like around 25 eggs, just to have enough eggs for later on in the run.
You don't end up getting 25. There are backups for it, but we don't want to do those.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Like, it's not that big of a deal, but it's much nicer just to be able to get the 25 eggs without losing too much time here.
Okay. I'm going to try and pause abuse. I don't think it's going to work well, but would you like to explain how this
Are you
goes?
actually going for it?
I'm going to do plus B mash.
Okay.
It probably won't work, but I don't want to switch controllers to try this.
That's fair.
Yep.
So here we're going to be grabbing a scroll. We're going to be picking up a lot of scrolls and decorations throughout the run and CDs because they give us upgrade points that we can use to upgrade our gear.
That's right.
It's a very common question, but that's the reason why we're grabbing them, even though they're technically not needed for the run.
Let's see how this works. Nope. That's okay. Essentially,
So right there.
I'm already going. If you are able to frame perfectly pause and unpause after that balloon explodes, you can gain a clear bonus from the stage without actually beating it. And if you continue frame perfect pause and unpause chains, then you can keep getting that bonus. But it is really precise. At least with the setup I'm trying to do.
Yeah. We're going to be grabbing some more stuff here, like a Sard. The Sards don't actually give us upgrade points, but we need them to actually upgrade still, so.
Yep.
And you'll notice we're also grabbing these egg containers because by grabbing a bunch of egg containers, we're going to be able to skip a few levels throughout the run. And we also noticed, here, I'm just going to, yeah.
I cannot believe I hit that. That was straight up lucky.
So right there, there's usually a cutscene that plays that introduces you to deep cut. But by basically doing a precise squid roll as the fuzz disappears, you can skip that cutscene entirely, which Launcher just did.
Yeah.
Saves like a minute and a half or something.
It's
I don't know.
a really large amount of time. And that's why we have a 110 estimate for any Splatoon 3 run.
Like that's just one of the things that can go wrong
just
and cause a lot of time
one of
loss.
the things. There's more. But now we're in Site 2. We're going to do a bit of a collectathon at the start. Need some eggs, need some Sardidium. Pop this balloon for another 100. And then we're going to break this box.
So we actually need 1,000 eggs before we can enter the fry
That's
fight.
right.
We can skip one of the fuzzes next to the fry. We can skip one of the fuzzes, but we still need 1,000 to unlock the zip line next to her kettle. So that's why we're doing all this foraging now.
Just grabbing a bunch of stuff. And yes to the chat, I am doing Owen skip this run. I did practice, it was going well. But right now,
Do you have the 25 egg patch? Probably not.
I don't even check anymore to Bobin. It's not there. I lost hope.
The 25 egg patches are kind of weird in this game. Like that one gives you 25 eggs. They're kind of weirdly inconsistent in this game. Sometimes they don't spawn for people. Like I have one that's really nicely on the path, but for some reason it doesn't spawn for Launcher at all, which it's very strange.
Yeah, that right there is called discount fries, where we're able to jump around that 900 ooze and just go straight to the 1,000 and go right to fry.
And that's why we wanted to get those 25 eggs earlier.
Yes.
Because with that other 25 patch, it adds up to leave us with just 2 eggs afterwards.
Yeah. Egg routing is tight. But now we're going to be getting into the first boss of Alterna. Gonna be going up against Fry. But with our level 2 hero shot and the fact that we have splashdowns, this fight is not gonna be so bad. Trying to do this with a level 1 hero shot is awful. Truly terrible. Never want to do it again. Okay. Get started with this. Essentially, Fry's got a bunch of eels here, and the ones with the purple and black eyes and like that pattern are the real ones. So I'm going to be going for those throughout these different attacks. Nice vision.
Ooh, nice.
I got lucky. No way.
the first part of this fight is a little bit RNG. Like, she can do attacks where like that basically she can do 1 of 3 attacks. She can either dash towards you, which is the slowest option, or she can use a 10 missile attack basically, or that one, the vision attack. And that vision attack is one of the fastest, so pretty lucky there.
Yep.
But phase 2 and 3 are really consistent. Like, she does the same things every time.
Nice. I knew because of the pattern that I was going to have eels group up, and it was going to be harder to hit it. Also, I just got the face towards me that I can't climb up twice in a row. Nice 1 in 16, man. But will I get the 1 in 64?
It would be funny.
It would be really funny, I can't lie.
So here we have a splashdown. So the eels are gonna spawn in like a big mass, and it's gonna really save time to get the splashdown on them. Like just all those eels just gone in an instant.
Yep. Just have a few stragglers. We'll clean up with the shot. No 1 in 64, Fry. You have one job.
It was looking like it for a second.
I know. I haven't seen a 1 in 64 in forever.
I wonder if it's partially based on how fast.
Maybe. Who knows?
Which maybe though.
Anyway.
You just defeat her on like a different cycle or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wonder how the dashes work at the start of the fight, you know? Because you can get a dash that loses 8 seconds, but I didn't get it, which is always nice. Anyways, this is our first piece of treasure here. Looks a little strange, but trust me, it's important.
I had no idea what we were building this time.
Yeah, I know. It's just like
when playing for it the first time, I was just like, "What are we doing?"
It's something.
It's the second version of the RGB blender.
Of course, of course. Okay. And we're gonna jump back to Fry's kettle, and then we're gonna go to site 3.
Something to mention here, it is actually faster to. It's technically faster to exit out of the game there by like a few seconds, but we broke that box containing the shard under her kettle. So if we did reset the game, we would have to break open that box again. So that's the reason why we don't reset it there.
I think even with that, it's still a time save to go out, but we're talking like frames. So I'm not consistent enough with my exits to make that work.
Yeah.
All right, this is a really tricky movement site, so I'm just gonna do my best.
There's going to be a lot of skips here.
Yeah. Don't blink.
We can slide across the ice here, which is pretty nice. And here we can do a little squid roll to get across this fuzz.
Nice.
Nice. We do some more sliding. And some more foraging. Pretty much nothing much to say right now. Just collecting a bunch of decors and stuff to get as many upgrade points as we can.
Yep.
And egg containers. Coming up, we're gonna be doing after going around, we're gonna be doing a little, I don't know how you describe it. We're just gonna be leaping off.
Kettle jump?
To try and unlock. Yeah, we're trying to, the kettle jump.
Yeah.
We're gonna be trying to unlock the level 3 to be able to jump to it and skip another piece of fuzz. And grab a shard underneath it. Nice.
Looks kind of scary.
That's another fuzz jump we can do. It's a little bit scary, but it's not too bad.
Agreed.
So here we're going to be doing a little jump to try and get this kettle unlocked.
That was really nice.
Holding back a bit. Nice.
Very good.
Nice. And now we have Moxie Skip.
Oh, surely this works. Right, Nabobin?
Surely, just get your angle.
That might be too far out.
Oh, that's too far.
Yeah, I think it is. You're right.
So basically, right there, we're trying to die on a specific
That one's
section
good.
of
That
the
one's good.
fuzz so that we can get a checkpoint
That one for sure.
and basically
Nice.
spawn past it. Just like that.
Very good.
That was discovered by Moxie, I believe, right?
Yeah, Moxie found that one.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting from this game is basically just World 4 skip the whole way through.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's like we have to do bosses, but keep in mind
The way we get to them.
those two Alterna stages, Only Choice and Big Bang back there, those are the only two normal stages we play in Alterna. The rest is just bosses and scavenging and skips. Like, it's kind of absurd.
So insane. I didn't even think to mention that. Yeah, we're like done.
Yeah.
Here's another little skip where we can jump on a piece of a lamp that's like sticking out of the fuzz there and makes it really simple to jump across there.
I must say though, this is actually a pretty good run.
It is.
Like,
Like,
you want to guess what I'm at to my PB in a moment? That's early.
+5. I mean, -5.
Well, it's gonna be -5. I'm joking. I'm -23. Like,
Oh,
Let's
gosh.
go.
mind you, After the Sight is one of the hardest tricks in the entire Splatoon series. I do not use that statement lightly because we have some insane things in Splatoon 2. But yeah, this run is not over until the very end, but it started.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is actually potential world record pace. You know, this is what happens when you're more practiced
world
on
record
your
pace.
game. That's okay though.
I guess we didn't mention it, but we upgraded to level 3
Oh,
a
yep.
shot here because we now have enough upgrade points to get all that done. So just level 3 shot is gonna shred through Shiver and Big Man. And save so much. It'll like save us all the time that we spent getting it and
Yeah,
more.
you'd think all of those collectibles take a bunch of time, but on Shiver alone, it's 40 seconds faster to have the level 3 shot. Like, it's a little silly. Just like Shiver right now. A little goofy, a little goofy, a little silly, you know? And yeah, we're gonna repeat that for 3 phases.
With level 2 shot, it takes a lot more effort, but
Yeah.
level 3 shot just makes it a lot more effortless. Still have to concentrate a little bit, just keeping all your shots on there, but it's not nearly as bad as level 2.
Yeah, level 2 actually had like a lot of strategy to it, but level 2 is no longer optimal.
Are you always forced to super jump at the end of every phase, or if you're like in exactly the right spot, can you just like not?
No, it does that super jump every time.
Unfortunately.
I know.
I've never even thought about it being optional super jump, but
It's done that for every Splatoon boss before, regardless of your position. It'll just jump you back because it wants you in one spot. Even though it like jumps you to one spot there and then moves you in the cutscene, which is just goofy. That was a perfect splashdown. Holy.
nice. So yeah, that's Shiver.
Yes. Okay. Well,
Normally we see a few more of her attacks, but
that's our Shiver fight. We're going to exit out of the game again here. This one isn't 40 seconds. It's 5 seconds, I believe, this time, but still worth doing, considering, you know, the run is good. don't mind the actual mess of profiles. This is what an 80% runner Switch looks like, you know?
Just have 2 actual profiles and then
Yeah.
everything
I have
else.
2 actual ones, and then there's 6 for speedrunning. Okay. Menuing.
So just to mention something, it actually is technically possible to skip this other right fuzz, but it's extremely hard, and there's a reason why we call it stupid skip.
Yes, it's called stupid skip. How many people have actually performed that? Like, single digits.
Only 2 that I know of.
I think it's 3? Because I think Tones did it once as well. So,
If Tones did it, then yeah,
that would be 3. It's only been ever successfully done like 5 times ever across those 3 people. But it would save a good amount of time. But too hard. Too hard. We're not there yet.
It makes this next upcoming trick look easy.
You can go ahead and explain. I'm just gonna dial in, I guess, because this is my worst nightmare.
So, next up, we're going to be having a trick called Owen Skip. We mentioned how the guys in this game are really jank. Basically, they like to lock us into one place, but we're going to have to use one of those geysers and basically squid roll off of it to land in a precise spot in the fuzz that is actually not covered by fuzz. So like right here, coming up right here. Oh, I didn't know you dropped down there.
Been seeing Fundy do that.
Yeah, so we're gonna throw a splat on there to ink it and
Oh, so
try and squid roll off
okay.
here. Yeah, you're good. I'm gonna stay silent here.
Close.
Oh my god.
But
That's
yeah,
so
that-
tight.
Oh, yeah. Like, that one spot is just not covered in fuzz, and we can squid roll into it. And just combine that with how janky the geysers are in this game, and makes this really hard.
that was an under roll, but it was still fixable. That's a really hard one to fix, though. Oh, that angle sucks. Nope, not even a chance.
So close.
Okay. Oh, really?
So how much
It
does this
happens.
save?
But yeah, this,
About 2 minutes.
That's pretty good.
like, it saves us 3,000 power eggs.
Oh,
so
okay, that's the more
that's
important.
basically like 2. Yeah, like, so basically it saves us from having to do 2 extra levels. Because we basically grabbed
Oh
almost
my.
every... We basically grabbed every, like, viable egg can that we could grab in this run. So, if we wanted any more power eggs, we'd need to play 2 more levels. Here, I'll stay silent for you, if that
It's
helps.
okay. I'm in the groove now. Oh my. Moth. Just a little bit. That was over. Happens. Oh, okay, what is that?
Man,
that-
this is,
That shouldn't have rolled in the first place, but
at least the resets are fast.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing this trick has going for it.
Oh, I'm that angle. It's okay.
Even if you mess up, you got a lot of tries to do it.
Nope. It's weird. A lot of times you're going to be going over this geyser at slightly different speeds, so... Oh, that is a throw.
looks so
I
good.
could have definitely made that with a late squid on squid. Eh. Got it. Nice.
Wow, dude.
Let's go.
Okay. That's how a
can see we just
typical
look like-
that's how a typical Splatoon 3 Owen skip looks like, okay? You do not get that first try unless your run is like unbelievable. But hey, the run before that was pretty good, so we're looking at a pretty solid time that I could still get, you know? Especially with another skip that we're going to do coming up soon. Something called menu storage. I gotta get the right BPM song up to Bowman. So
Yeah.
so essentially I'm gonna be timing beats to something that is 158 BPM. And Hey Ya by Outkast actually times that perfectly, so I need to open that to listen to it myself. And surely I will hit this pause storage. Menu storage.
I noticed you didn't unlock level 3 earlier.
I'm sorry.
So I really hope you wouldn't fall off there like I did.
1, 2, 3. Nope. Okay.
I actually can't tell if you got it or not.
I didn't. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Oh. Nope, no. Ah. Missing. Within. That might work, but I don't trust it. But it might work. Okay, good. And 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Oh my. How's that late? Yep, got it. Okay, that one's good.
So basically what this trick is going to do is, so later in Rocket, basically by pausing the game, we are just going to be able to skip any phase we want to. Just only one phase. But just as long as we don't die, then we can just keep that pause storage up until wherever we want to use it. And just skip an entire phase.
Yeah. Because essentially, in that pause menu, we are storing the third option. Like, we start out, but we still press back to Alterna, so it stores that third option next time we go into the pause menu. But when you're in the pause menu in Rocket, the third option, even though it's not there in your any % playthrough, is skip. So that's why it skips an entire Rocket phase when it gets used. But the thing is, if you die anywhere in Rocket besides the intro part, it will bring you to the pause screen and pop it. So we need to be careful during Rocket that I don't use my menu storage early. So just adds extra stress to the rest of the run, you know? Just what we needed.
Yeah. I assume you're going to try and use it in Grizz, right?
I'll try.
You'll try.
I hope to not use it in Rocket 4, but sometimes it happens. Oh, that was the real one. Okay, I didn't actually see. What you'll probably notice, the reason I'm picking it out so easily, the sensor upgrade, when I go into the ink, detects what the real big man is. So I'm able to just quickly take it out.
Yeah, before we realized that, this fight was just really RNG dependent.
Yeah.
We were just like, oh, how are you supposed to know?
Yeah. Actually, this is a pretty good question from chat. How did people find... It was skips in general, but how did people find menu storage?
I'm pretty sure that was Owen just testing stuff. Like, shout outs to Owen Splat, who's been testing out a ton of different skips and tricks throughout Splatoon 3 and has found minutes of time saved for this run that we would not have otherwise. My man. But it's really just trial and error.
I'm probably totally wrong and off the mark, but like I think he was just saw that we could, like by pressing B in the menu, we could actually menu still. So I think he was just like, oh, I wonder what would happen if we did this.
I found storage by accident mostly, I see in the chat.
Yeah. And just one thing to note, it is faster here to exit out of the game, but because we have menu storage, if we exit out of the game, then it won't keep our menu storage, so that's why we're not exiting right now.
Yep. We used to reset here.
It actually saves the most time here, like 7 seconds or something.
For the Alterna bosses, it is the most, that's 7 seconds, but
yeah.
not an option.
That's
It is up!
okay.
They threw us off with OE in a moment.
I like how both of us couldn't remember it until now.
And then we get here, it just clicks immediately.
So yeah, here we have another just cutscenes.
Cutscene. Putting these treasure pieces together. Where's the RGB? Come on. The captain is gonna help put it together and use it to take down the fuzz surrounding this rocket. Yeah, it's certainly a thing.
I couldn't tell what this was on my first playthrough, and
I still
can't tell
can't.
what it is.
Yeah.
I just know it cuts things, and that's it.
But yeah, coming up after this cutscene is a skip called Nether Skip, where essentially there's going to be a cutscene that you would usually have to go through by going forward on the path, but by squid surging on a tiny little ledge, we can get to the top and get around the cutscene trigger, which is a nice 35-ish second time save. Not bad.
We originally thought this was going to be the Rhine killer.
We were so clueless. We had no idea.
So clueless. So yeah, right over here in the right corner is where we're going to be performing it.
Ooh, kind of awkward. Come on. Why'd that take so long? At
Nice.
least I didn't die.
Yeah. It can be a little bit weird trying to get the squid surge there, but pretty nice. Also, one thing to mention, since we have menu storage right now, if we were to pause the game,
Oh yeah.
it would actually just give us like eggs like every frame or something until we got to max eggs.
Yeah, so essentially how that works, since we're on a part with only 2 menu options, it gives us an insane amount of power eggs when we pause. But if you do it in a 3 menu option part during Rocket, that's how we get the skip. At least that's what we know for now, so.
Yeah. Until we find something else that's super
Alright,
broken.
doing your strat. Oh, small fry! No! No! That's not supposed to happen.
There we go.
It works.
Normally we call that small fry before he gets murdered, but
It didn't work out.
fortunate.
Yeah, we just witnessed a tragedy.
A noble sacrifice.
Yeah.
And here we've just got to go around and grab the keys, go through this maze that we know the answer to, know the path through,
Pretty much.
go up some more jank geysers.
Splat 1 geysers, come back, please.
Exactly. That's pretty bad.
It is, but it's not the end of the world.
It'll be fine.
Oh, that's really unfortunate. We're gonna be here a bit.
Dude, he's not gonna.
Oh my, you're right.
What? Yeah, he
I didn't notice in time.
takes a bit of getting used to those flutters.
Yep.
Oh, you can recover ink there. I didn't realize that. I guess because the wheel exploded there. This flutter is really trolling us
It's
right now.
nice 30 seconds, man. Like,
Normally at that section, the flutter would be targeted on us if we did everything right, so we wouldn't have to throw small fry over and over like that.
yeah, it's just
but
Just kind of ended up that way.
just a little. Yeah.
Little buddy, my
We
hero,
just wait for the small fry.
taking out the big scary
do his
enemies.
Imagine if small fry could die to that sniper.
I would cry.
That's the first phase of Rocket.
Yep.
Now we have our hero gear back, which will make it a lot easier to proceed.
Level 3 shot, go burp. Just jump over that fence right there. It's like they had the little segments to block it off, but no, you can just go over.
Yep. There's actually, so you'll notice we're like right under where we exited, where we entered. But there's actually a death plane in between here and there, so we can't actually drop down there, unfortunately.
Yep.
That we know of, at least.
They just put a kill plane there, you know, as a joke.
They just decided we couldn't have fun.
Exactly.
Little beef.
Just a little silly.
So we're just going to be given a bunch of special weapons, a few of which we're going to ignore. But this part of the run is kind of fun, just being able to use all these special weapons in a row.
Yep. Ultra stamp. Boom.
Boom.
And then you go to the next one. Reef slider. Boom.
I thought you fell off.
I thought I missed. I thought that hurt. And aim.
Indeed.
I've been watching Worlds.
Inkstorm just gets rid of all those. Huh?
I've been watching Worlds. I can't take any more NA jokes.
We skip the ink back there because it's actually pretty slow for this section whenever we can just throw bombs over there. And we're gonna save this triple ink strike for later because it's gonna be really useful in this section right here. Because we got like just 3 bunches of enemies, so it just works out pretty nicely.
So is the intended, like, do these power-ups get used in multiplayer? Because, like, is the intended to... So do you think the intended design is to, like, this is where you teach people about the power-ups and then they go use them in multiplayer?
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
A lot of the Splatoon single players in the first place are tutorials on how to play the game. So they do stuff like that. Except for Octo Expansion. That one was a DLC, so they decided to be mean, but...
Yeah.
They decided, hey, all right, you know how to play the game. You bought the DLC.
Yep.
Here's pen.
You know what you're gonna get to.
Which I would say makes it a little bit better, but it kind of makes it more fun. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do here in 3.
Yeah, because they're going to just kind of go hog wild.
Yeah. There's like so many things they could do, especially with like the squid roll and squid surge.
With all of the extra movement that we have in this game, it could really be something crazy. This run already is something crazy, but what else could they do?
Levels.
Yeah. We played a nice
Only
2
2 levels.
stages in Alterna plus bosses. Like, wow. Isn't there like 70 something?
Dude, there's like 60, 63, 67 or something. I
Whoa.
don't remember the exact number.
Yeah, we only need 2 of
And
those.
yeah. Just 2.
Just 2.
I know I actually have a screenshot of it somewhere.
Yeah, you have the all missions record, I don't. And all collectibles.
And all collectibles. Although we only play like, I don't remember how many levels off the top of my head, but
Yeah.
okay, 65 levels
Ooh, okay.
in the alternate section.
It'd be nice to find a way to skip a lot of those crater levels and actually get through that part faster, but it just seems like a locked case with that end fuzzball
Yeah.
right now. But who knows? Anything's possible.
It would be really nice if this part of the escape sequence was the longest, so that we could use our pause storage here. But
I know, because it's literally an auto
unfortunately,
scroller
it's
elevator.
not the slowest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for some reason, the two parts that actually come after this combine together as Rocket 4, but it's two gameplay sections. So if you choose to do your skip there, that's pretty fast. But you could also do it in the first part of the final boss, and that ends up being the fastest. Because we only get one time we can use this menu storage, so you gotta make it count. But yeah, got my Trizuka. Alright, little buddy. It's your time to shine. You got this. No!
No!
Little buddy!
Unacceptable.
This is awful.
All right, he's got this one, right?
Yeah. What?
No!
You're joking!
Unfortunate. The run is dead. Sorry.
Reset. It's just unlucky.
Imagine dying on that last jump with menu storage. That would be scary.
I would be very, very sad. So I will not.
So yeah, this next section, this next section is the one Launcher was talking about, where we can skip both this section and the next section,
All right.
since they both count as the same one for some reason.
The plan is simple. Don't die. That's all there is to it.
Simple plan.
Yeah. Don't want to pop that pause storage early. Menu storage, pause storage, interchangeable.
This is another fun part of the run, just being able to just climb up the tower like this, along with some banger music.
Usually in my runs, if I'm on record pace, I just start dialing in super hard at this point. Because you don't get past Alterna that often, you know, with all of those hard skips. So
We can actually throw a small fry there and just toss him to the lions, and it'll like distract all the enemies for us.
yep.
Luckily, he didn't die, so that's great. Okay.
Ooh, I do not trust that.
Yeah.
That was a really good call.
I don't blame you for
Yeah,
that.
that was some interesting shot RNG, but
Like that section right there with the walls is just so terrifying sometimes, just because if you die there now, your pause storage is gone and you're pretty much practically halfway through. So
yeah, in my record, I got like hairs away from touching that ooze because I had a bad ink path, and it was just terrifying.
So that's the first part, and this is the next part that would be skipped as well if we popped pause storage, menu storage. I keep
I know.
between the two, but
This part is awesome. We can actually get out of bounds here, but we haven't been able to finish the stage with it yet. But it looks really weird.
so yeah, we're just gonna be able to get Zipcaster and just collect all these orbs in a timely fashion, and just simply don't die.
Precisely.
There's some cycles that will be watching here.
Not gonna go for that.
Like this specific section right here. Yeah.
The thing you were theorizing with that one on the side, I totally could have done it there, though. How much time I had.
Yeah.
But I've yet to do it in a
plenty
run.
time there, but It's kind of hard to tell how fast you're going.
No. Love that
We
jump.
can just barely reach that jump there. I haven't tried that out in a run yet.
It's quite fun.
but
Very
looks
satisfying.
kinda neat. And we get that hip caster, and we've successfully saved our menu storage all the
Okay.
way up to here. So
Now
as long as we have it.
we have some cutscene. We're going to go up the spiral, and after that will be about a 4-minute cutscene. That for now we don't know how to skip. Honestly, if anything makes sub 1 happen in this game, it probably has something to do with this cutscene. But I don't know. Just give it. It's always like sometime in the weekend where we find massive minutes worth of time saves. So maybe this weekend. Who knows?
Hopefully.
Surely.
Truly. Also, how long ago was menu storage found, by the way?
I think it was last weekend.
Yeah. So speedrun just keeps evolving every week.
Yeah.
Daily even.
Like last week, I got a run a 104.49 that I basically played perfectly on and thought I was not beating for a really long time. And then we found menu storage, and that saves 3 minutes. So it's like,
literally like the next morning.
the next morning, I wake up, there's pigs, and I'm like, oh no.
I gotta do another run.
Oh, I have to play it. I have to play it again. All right, guys. Fine.
You're telling me my run isn't perfect anymore?
Bear.
You're telling me there's a 3-minute time save? Or however long it is?
Okay. So yeah, Grizz is climbing up the rocket and is trying to cover the planet in fuzzy ooze to restore the mammal population. Hairmageddon. HR definitely likes it.
That's what inspired me to name my end split here, Hairmageddon.
Some real
Cuttlefish.
Sonic Adventure 2 climbing up the rocket stuff.
I know. That's exactly what Tone says about it. Cuttlefish is all dried up, but the tear of Captain 3 revives him into this state. And he's just chilling. Feeling a bit parched.
Just a little.
A bit lighter. A little flatter. Like, oh. Okay. Little goofball.
The rocket, what? We need the rocket.
We're still in danger. Who are these people? I mean, we've only seen them so far in their boss fights, and they're helping us for some reason? That's kind of weird.
I mean, we kind of had an intro to their whole backstory on the way up here. I think we kind of ignored it a bit, and we also skipped the cutscene that started it all.
Yeah, so both cutscenes with deep cut, we skipped both of them. So like the intro one with deep cutscene skip in Site 1, we skipped that. And then Nether skip skips the other one that has them join our side. Like, who are these people?
I never realized how jank it makes the story
I know,
seem.
right?
It just looks like they just come out of nowhere.
It's just like, oh, hey, what's up?
What's up, buddy? We're just like, hey, you're blocking the treasure that I need. You're blocking the thing I need. Die.
Who would win?
And then you're...
A literal grizzly bear or the plus button? I mean, surely I have storage, right?
Sure.
I mean, surely, right? I mean, there's just no way I wouldn't have storage here. Like,
It makes this whole like lead up just so anticlimactic. It's just like done. And and then
Yeah.
just everything, and then just
Grizz rises up. Menacing creature, you know?
just look at his deep stare.
Deep stare. And then you got like this? Like we're in for a battle. Like it's about to go down. And you know. About that. Yeah, so that's the Grizz fight. Good fight. So I pressed the plus button and there goes Grizz. But
That's why we've been keeping menu storage for this whole time.
yeah, we kept the third option just so we could use it there.
Oh, crazy, man.
It's so insane that that's our massive time save. Like, what?
And look who's back.
Oh, Octavio, how are you, my friend? Yeah, more cutscene after that insane gameplay that we just had there.
And that finally ends all the jankiness in this run.
I know.
Yep.
It actually ends
Now we
right.
actually play it normal.
Yeah. And then Calamari Incantation. They do it for a third time and they make it slap harder every single time that they do it. It's like, this song doesn't miss.
Oh, bro, it's gonna turn into huge fry.
Yeah, evolution. Like Pokemon.
I didn't know we were playing a Pokemon.
God, hit the B button.
Now, but
Hit the B button! Small
oh no. Why are you pressing the B button?
Wow. I can't believe that's what you do. Huge fry.
Small fry, a huge
incredible.
fry.
adorable. Little pineapple cut.
The boss fight here is actually kind of interesting. It's a shame we do skip the first half, but
Yeah. So for the part that we're actually playing, Grizz has these fuzzballs on his body, and we can pop them with Octavio's ink vac here. You know, the one that we tried to skip earlier. And pop all the fuzzballs, deliver the final shot, and that ends the fight. It is not actually fully scripted. The rate at which you pop these fuzzballs and take out the enemies will speed up the fight. So, you are trying to go fast here. It's not like OE. See what I can do. Okay, dude.
and as we're vacuuming this fuzz, then these enemies are going to pop up, and if they shoot us, then they will pop us out of the what you call it, the hatch.
Yep.
So we actually do have to take care of those enemies in most scenarios,
Most scenarios.
unless we're like really close to popping the fuzzball. Which I think, no, it's not this section, but the next one. We want to stay away from Grizz's hand there, because if he does hit us, it will knock us back
Yeah. So
and get rid of our armor.
it'll get rid of your armor, but these fuzzballs I was weaving before, he can collateral into those and send you even further back, which is just awful.
Yeah. So here's there's going to actually be two waves of enemies. First, there's going to be these stomper enemies. We're going to take care of those,
One
and we
wave
can
then.
actually skip these two octo hoppers that'll spawn.
Oh,
Just getting enough damage. Oh,
that's the
nice.
first time I've gotten
Normally you
that.
would get nice. Normally you would get hit by them and you'd have to walk back in, but Launcher just barely got the fuzzball destroyed in time.
That was really close.
Like he was literally the slosher. We're about to hit him. And here we're gonna have another
Dude, no way.
two,
It was one
two waves of
shot.
enemies.
It would have been so fast. Okay, that was pretty good.
Very nice.
Yeah.
When does timing end here again?
Technically, it's one
like
that's
after the words disappear.
it's after the words
right?
disappear, but if we just do it when the screen fades to white, that's all good. Time is coming up very soon, and time.
Nice.
Very nice.
Oh, not bad. That is exactly how a Splat 3 run goes. A great run until Owen skip.
I guess you could see how busted this game
Yeah,
is now.
it is so
Yeah,
different
this
from the
is-
first two.
This is broken.
Yeah. That is insane. But
Well, if people want to learn this or other runs, where can they go?
in that case, you got to join the Splatoon speedrunning Discord server. It's got a bunch of guides and things that can help you, and a bunch of people that are able to answer questions, and very active. There's like over 1,000 people there now, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can find the link to that on speedrun.com. It's on all the pages. But yeah, other than that, shout outs to my Splatoon speedrunning friends, you know? All of the great competitors, all the glitch finders. People that make this run happen, because if it was just me working at it, we wouldn't be under an hour 10. Let's be honest here. So, yeah. That is about all that we got. Unless you got something to Bobin.
I don't really have any other shout-outs either.
Fair enough.
Okay. Well, hey, once again, thank you for coming on, and thank you for being willing to, do a trilogy run. That's, I saw you
course.
were popping all 3 games, and I was like, you know what? This would work.
You know what?
So-
This would be funny.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. But yeah, once again, thank you, and to all the Splatoon community for hanging out, coming to see this. Dude, I'm stoked to see where this goes. Splatoon 3's got some wild stuff in it, so I can't wait to see what happens. But unfortunately, that is our final run for tonight. We will be closing out the stream with that. As a final reminder, if you missed the Splatoon Trilogy run, if you missed the La Mulana randomizer from earlier, you can go to youtube.com/gamesdonequick to check it out. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you want to check it out live, every weekday at 7 p.m. Eastern and every weekend at 1 p.m. Eastern, you can check out the live shows, twitch.tv/gamesdonequick. And final thing, tune in tomorrow for Mercy Kill and Challenger approaching at 7 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, we'll see y'all next time. Thank you very much.